Hello and welcome to the Sports Corner YouTube channel. Apologies for the late start. We had a little bit of technical issues with the Wi-Fi company that we have. Of course, our Wi-Fi is absolutely trash. But tonight, it's the Europa League first legs of the semi-finals. Manchester United versus Villarreal. Manchester United versus AS Roma, Villarreal versus Arsenal. Got there in the end. So, of course, I'm Man United fan. I'll be covering United tonight. Hoping we can get to the final. Put a good first leg performance in against the formidable Roma side. We've done well to get this far. But Kieren, you're covering Villarreal and Arsenal. And we'll just jump straight into the team news, of course. First up for the teams is Manchester United and Villarreal. So for Manchester United, they have got the following. 1 second, I just need to get back up. So they've got De Gea in net, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw, McTominay and Fred as that double pivot. Bruno Fernandes ahead of them with Pogba and Rashford flanking Edison Cavani up top. Now for Roma, I'm pretty sure this is near identical to the lineup that they've used throughout the Europa League due to a couple of injuries and such. So they've got Pau Lopez in net. Chris Smalling returns to Old Trafford tonight in a back three alongside Cristante and Ibanez, who scored that goal against Ajax in the last round. Spinazzola and Karsdorp are your wing-backs. Veretout and Diawara in the middle. Henrik Mkhitaryan also returns to Old Trafford alongside Lorenzo Pellegrini in the midfield, and then Edin Dzeko up top. But for the other sides, Kieran, Villarreal?
Yep, going with their usual 4-3-3 is a back four of Juan Foyth, who obviously will know North London rivals Tottenham very well, but he now lines up for Villarreal with Albiol, Pau Torres and Pedraza, with Rulli behind them in goal. Midfield three of Manu Trigueros, Etienne Capoue, again who will know English football quite well, and Danny Parejo, and a front three have been on incredible form in the Europa League, especially that man Gerard Moreno, Chukwueze, who scored in the last round and on the weekend, and Paco Alcacer as well in the front three. And for Arsenal, weird one tonight, doesn't seem to be an out-and-out striker in the lineup. It's Leno in goal, it's Chambers holding Mari, and Xhaka at left-back. He's become a reinvigorated figure at that left-back position, in my opinion. Midfield three of Ceballos, Thomas, and Emile Smith-Rowe just ahead of them is what it looks like, with Pepe and Saka flanking them on the wing. And a number 9 of Martin Odegaard? I don't know, maybe. Not sure. Maybe Arteta is copying Guardiola and now doesn't want strikers either, which it works for him. It might work for Arsenal. You never know.
Well, on paper, they're two decently well set up ties tonight. I think Man United and Roma is going to be a difficult one for Manchester United. I don't think it's as straightforward as people are saying it's going to be. And for Arsenal, I think it's a very tough task taking down such a well-drilled Villarreal side. We've said through the tournament, they've got so many professional players in their side, and they've done fantastically well, barely conceding any goals coming through to the semi-finals, of course, and Unai Emery returning against Arsenal, and hopefully, well, we hope he can get one over on them. But of course, tonight, what are you thinking for tonight?
It's the tie I wanted for the round previous, but we finally got the Unai Emery derby. It's a little bit later, but I think this is going to be a tight one tonight. I could see it finishing 1-1. We are in Spain, so I think if you're Arsenal, you are looking to get that away goal and definitely be in with a shout. They want to win the game, but a 1-1 draw isn't the worst for Arteta's side going back to the Emirates. But as you said, I think to get to this stage, very competitive semi-finals and 4 of the better teams that were in this tournament. And I'm just looking, our BT have got it as a 3-5-1-1 on BT. So they've got Pepe leading the line.
Oh.
Smith-Rowe, Saka on the other wing, Odegaard behind, and Xhaka moving to his midfield role. Which he's just as good there as he is at left back. He's great everywhere.
But yeah, prediction.
1-1.
I am going to say 2-1 to Arsenal. Because I think it's going to go the full 2 legs, that one. Like you said, 1-1 is probably the more likely result. They're 2 very evenly matched sides. I think they'll cancel each other out well, but I think Arsenal might just nick it tonight. There's something about Arsenal in the Europa League. There's something about them, like we've all said, me, you, Rowan and Josh, we were talking about it, and we think that Arsenal might end up shithouse in the thing. But in my game's underway. Man United, Roma, of course, like we said. Roma did, I want to say they did well to beat Ajax in the last round, but you watched the game. Were they lucky? Were they lucky to get through?
No, I think they played really well over the 2 legs. And to be honest with you, it was a really even tie. Ajax, I thought, were not as impressive as they previously were in the last couple of rounds. But overall, I think Roma did deserve to go through. And the only goals they conceded were ones of their own mistakes. And I've always been saying, put pressure on Paul Lopez every time the ball is at his feet, because he looked very, very shaky last game.
So for my game, I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. I don't think it's going to be convincing. I think it's going to be very tight. I think there's going to be a moment where we concede a stupid goal. It normally happens in big games. But what do you think?
I'm going to go 2-0 United.
I'd be very happy with 2-0.
Yeah, it seems like a very safe tie, as there was a short pass out to Raul Albiol. He did very well to shift it onto his right and evade Pepe, but a nervous moment for Rulli, passing it short to Albiol.
Yeah, we got a few comments. I know Jacob was in here earlier. He was in here before we even started. Kyle said, hey, to both of us, how are we doing? I'm doing all right. I assume Kieran's doing all right. You are, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well.
Yeah, and Kyle says, hope United can break the semi-final failures. I see a tight 1-0 for United. Do you know what? I'd take a win. Just don't concede an away goal. Daz says 2-1 Arsenal, 3-0 United are my predictions. Jacob says 2-0 United, 1-0 Villarreal. So very different fixtures, but everyone's going for United. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Roma actually won, because Roma are a decent side. They've got some decent players in there. Of course, knocked out a very good Ajax side, as we talked about. But yeah, like you mentioned about the mistakes, I think both sides. I think actually all four sides tonight have got mistakes in them, and we've had a ball put out of play by Veretout, who looks in some sort of discomfort. He might have to come off, and we're only 2 minutes in, which is not a good sight for Roma.
Nah, I've never seen a team more unlucky with injuries in this tournament than Roma. I swear to God, the amount of injuries they've had, even in games I just watched myself, I only started tracking them last round, and they already had about 3 or so injuries. They're just really rampant with injuries at the moment. I don't know how their bench looks tonight, but I know last time it was a bunch of youngsters that not many people will have heard of. They're not exactly household names just yet.
I think, yeah, you could probably say that. I'm looking at the bench. They've got the likes of Davide Santon. These are the more recognisable players. They've got Boya Mayoral, Kumbula's on the bench, Carles Perez, of course, the Barcelona youngster. Bruno Perez is on there, Antonio Morante. Apart from that, nobody else really of known quality. But I think there is going to be a substitution very early, and I don't actually know who that is. Veretout, he received the ball on the right-hand side, took a touch and then put it out of play. He was like, nah, I can't continue. I think it's number 54 coming on, and if I'm right, it's either number 54 or 24. So that's either Kumbula or Ricardo Chievo. So I would have probably thought it's Kumbula. But Veretout's actually jogged back onto the pitch. So I think he might be all right. I don't know. He looked like he was convinced he was going to have to come off, because he actually put the ball out of play himself. But, but the game goes on, and Fred on the ball now. So he skips past Chris Smalling. What a move by Fred. Still, Veretout's coming back onto the pitch now, so nice to see him not get injured, as you said, the unlucky with injuries. Pogba outside the area for United now. Good ball into Bruno Fernandes, who takes it on the turn. Still Bruno Fernandes in the box, left-hand side, trying to work the angle. He does actually dip it in, and it's a good block by Chris Smalling, out of play for a throw into United. But early signs, good start for Manchester United so far. I think they've been the better team in the opening form. And someone else has gone down injured now, I think. Unless that's Veretout again. It's Veretout again. He's going to have to come off. And it is, I was wrong. I was completely wrong with both of the people that I said. It's actually Gonzalo Villar who's going to have to come on for Veretout, who limps off the pitch. But we're almost 5 minutes in. Has anybody really taken the game by the scruff of the neck in yours, or is it just a back and forth?
It's just been a lot of passes around the middle. I think everyone's just really easing themselves into it. No one wants to make an early error, and no one has done so far besides Rulli in the opening minutes, where he gave him a scare. It wasn't an error. But there you can see that both teams are trying to play out from the back, and Arsenal did press there, but Villarreal have broken it well, and it's Juan Foyth breaking forward. He's got Chukwueze on the overlap on the right. We'll see what he can do. He's driving in field. He's got it onto his left foot. Goes through the middle, and he struck a goal in. 1-0 Villarreal. And it looks like, to me, that is Manu Trigueros, who lashes home the strike past Bernd Leno within 5 minutes of play. You asked me who's on top, KD. Well, it's Villarreal now.
What a perfect time to score the goal. Literally, just as I said, who's on top and you were talking about it. But Manu Trigueros, a man that doesn't really get many goals. I mean, he's popped up with a massive one for Unai Emery's side there.
Yeah, it's Fonfoy who breaks forward, and Chukwueze tries to go between Ceballos and Xhaka, and the ball just falls to Trigueros. It's a really fortunate kind of deflection to him, but he lashes it low across Bernd Leno and into the bottom corner, and it's 1-0. All Foyth for me, that. And then Chukwueze did well, but the deflection took it to Trigueros. 1-0 Villarreal, worst possible start for the Londoners.
Yeah, and it's more misery for Arsenal, really, because it had to be a Tottenham player, didn't it, that'd compile a little bit more misfortune on them. Especially Juan Foyth will be loving that. The Tottenham fans will be loving that. The only people who won't be loving that are Arsenal. Unfortunately, they find themselves behind again. So Manu Trigueros, of all people, but fair play Villarreal. Like you said, that nobody had started well, but they do have the advantage. And that's what we were talking about Villarreal. They have so many professional players and so many well-experienced players. And Manu Trigueros is another one of those players. And he was there at the right time, at the right place, just to take advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely. And they've got some youthfulness as well. Chukwueze, I'm a massive fan of. But he's the one that brings that little extra, I think, up top. That bit of trickery, that talent on the ball that maybe the others don't possess. The others possess probably better finishing than Chukwueze does, but he's... I worry for Granit tonight. I do worry for Granit in a left back.
Getting rinsed by Chukwueze all night. But Chris is in the building. By the way, happy birthday, Chris. I did see it was your birthday on Twitter. He says, hi, lads. Hope you're well. Again, we're all right, aren't we, Kieran? Everyone loves us. We're all right.
Hiya, Chris. I'm all right. Happy birthday. Of course, KD said it, so I want to say it as well. I hope you've had a great day. And even better, Arsenal are losing. So there you go for you guys anyway.
I think his day will get better if Man United lose. I think that's what he said the other day. But of course, I don't want that to happen. So it's not me saying I don't want you to have a good birthday, Chris. It's just me saying that I don't want Man United to get beat. So, but United are coming forward now, and it's Cavani with a little back heel to Bruno Fernandes. It's going to have to go back to Fred. Wide right-hand side to Wan-Bissaka, who's picked up a little bit of space here. Drives inside, and it's McTominay just outside the area in a very familiar position, where he always picks up, just in the corner of the box. Here's Luke Shaw now. Team of the season, Shaw crosses it in. It's going to go out of play for a throw-in. But it's been all Manchester United in my game, really. I mean, Roma have not really had a sniff of the ball, apart from the opening couple of minutes where they got a little bit of joy down the right-hand side. But apart from that, United doing pretty much what everyone expects them to do. Dominate the possession, dominate the box. A lovely turn by Pogba to get past Smalling. Still going past another. Plays the ball to Cavani. Tries the 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. And it's 1-0 Manchester United. It is an absolute fabulous goal. And it's the main man, Bruno Fernandes, who scores the goal. And what a start to the Europa League night. It's 2 goals in following maybe about 3 or 4 minutes after the Trigueros one. And it's a chef's kiss of a finish from Bruno Fernandes. He dinks it over the keeper into the corner of the net. But fair play to Paul Pogba. Picks it up on the turn, takes it past Chris Smalling. Number 42, whoever that is, gets left in the dust. Cavani plays a nice first-time pass in. And Bruno Fernandes, easy as you like. He's never going to miss that. Dinks it over the keeper. And Manchester United do have the lead. And I'm going to say they probably deserve it. I'm going to see who number 42 is, because he absolutely got mugged off. Who is that? Diawara. Diawara got absolutely left in the dust by Paul Pogba. Chris did say, yeah, cheers. Not a birthday person, to be honest. Loaded onto an hassle, but appreciate the birthday messages. And I mean, no matter what, at least we've said happy birthday to you. And you can enjoy some good football, because it should be 2 decent games tonight, especially with the early goals going in. A lot of action.
Yeah.
So
not really what you expect. I was expecting maybe a bit of a feeling out process by both teams. There was, but it was only 5 minutes long, but maybe just 10 minutes in your game. So off to very quick starts, and the dreams of an all-English final at the moment are on tenterhooks, unfortunately.
The thing is, I think they were always on tenterhooks, because if you know what Manchester United are like, they don't play well in semi-finals, and of course they bottle it on the big stages. Arsenal, there's just something about Arsenal, isn't there, that this season's not going their way. So it could have genuinely ended up being Roma and Villarreal in the final. It still could be Roma and Villarreal in the final, of course, but Man United have won another corner. It's the 11th minute, and I mean, I did say before the game it could be a tight game. So far, Manchester United are absolutely dominant and rampant, which is exactly what I want to see. Cavani looks sharp, and like Kyle's just said, great team goal by United there. Would like a few more to kill the tie. And if we can kill the tie in the first leg, rest some players up for the second leg because we've got obviously league games, but the league's not really important. But get to the final and win a trophy. But the corner is going to be taken. I think it's going to be taken by Luke Shaw. It's gone short to Rashford. It's a good foot in there by the Roma defender to put it out for another corner. But have Arsenal replied since going 1-0 down? Have they looked like getting on the ball a little bit more?
No, well, they've been on the ball a little bit more. They were passing between the three defenders of Mari, Xhaka and Holding, but a lot of sideways between them, and they can't quite make that forward pass. They have dispossessed Villarreal in the midfield, though, but then been dispossessed themselves. And it's just pretty sloppy from Arsenal early in this one, to be honest with you. They've not got a foothold in this match within the first 10 minutes, but a long way to go. And they just need to get a little bit of tempo going because it's been very slow and very sideways from Arsenal.
Yeah,
and backwards, actually.
I mean, that might just be Xhaka, mate.
No, that was Mari that time. Leave me alone.
What's your opinion on Pablo Mari? Because I don't really think he's ever been fit enough to play.
No, he's been injury prone a lot. But in terms of it's a terrible giveaway by Xhaka. No, he's never been fit enough. But in terms of the centre backs they've got, I've seen mistakes from Gabriel Magalhaes recently. I've seen mistakes from David Luiz. He's the only one I can remember where I'm like, you know what? Is he a great defender? No. But he's okay. And he doesn't actually make many mistakes. I think he's more of he's just an average centre-back, to be honest with you, if I'm being honest.
Oh, what a chance that is. Oh, is that handball? Well, it's Roma who have come down the other side on the counter. It was put back to the edge of the area for Dzeko, and he went for the shot, and he missed it. I think it might be a penalty, by the way, to Roma.
Oh, wow.
I think it might be handball by Paul Pogba on the slide as he's gone to clear the ball. I'm not sure. The referee's going over to the assistant. Players are swarming round him. Now, it happened in a flash. I didn't really get to see it. The referee and the assistant are having a talk. I mean, it's definitely going to be checked by VAR no matter what.
Yeah, of course.
And I need to see the replay of it. They're just showing me the players. Of course, we're watching without audio as well, so we don't get copyright strikes. The referee has he's taking his time over this one, and he's pointed to the spot. I think, it's a penalty.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to see the replay again. So it's come to Karsdorp on the right hand side, and he's sliding to keep it in, and it is a penalty. Paul Pogba was sliding with his hands up for some. I don't know why he's sliding with his hands up, and it hits the top. It hits the top of his hand as it's coming down, and that is a penalty, and a massive chance for Roma to get back into the game when they've had barely anything.
It's interesting to see who steps over it. Dzeko, maybe. I know. Maybe he steps up. Maybe Cristante. I think Pellegrini might be injured, so it probably won't be him. I'm not sure.
It's number 7. Is that Pellegrini? It is Pellegrini.
Oh, he's not injured.
No, Pellegrini is over it. VAR did have a check, by the way. The check is over. It is a penalty, and David De Gea has to face a penalty from Lorenzo Pellegrini, and Roma with a massive chance to get an away goal in this tie. And now we've got the awkward silence from when the penalty gets taken.
No, I will tell you, Pellegrini impressed me in the last round. He had to go off with an injury, because of course he did. But he impressed me a lot in the last round, so we'll see if he can score from the spot.
Oh, and he has. I thought David De Gea got a hand to it, but it is 1-1. It's probably a little bit more than they deserve. They've been poor to start with, Roma, but they do have the away goal on the night at Old Trafford, and I mean, it's a pretty poor mistake from Paul Pogba, I'm not going to lie. But nevertheless, it's still 1-1. Carl says, it's a pen, no complaints, damn it. It's an unnatural position. And yeah, he slid with his hands up. I don't know why he's sliding with his hands up. And Karsdorp, trying to keep the ball in from going out to play for a goal kick, slides to cross the ball. And it's the hand of Paul Pogba in a very unnatural position. It's a definite penalty. But David De Gea did go the right way. It's probably an inch or two above his glove. I started to get excited because I thought he'd saved it. But no, it's all level at Old Trafford. And the goals are flying. Yeah.
Probably not what they wanted, especially what Roma wanted, that instant reply. You would have liked a couple of minutes, to maybe not let the momentum swing their way. But unfortunately, a silly mistake, and it's 1-1 in that one.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just a bit of stupid. I don't want to say stupidity, but naivety, maybe. Yeah, maybe just a little bit naive and a little bit lackadaisical, because he slides in almost like, oh, I'm going to get this, like no matter what. But why is he sliding with his hands up here? It seems like such a silly type of body shape to make your hands, especially when the right back is like cutting it back this way and you're sliding straight out of it. I've got no complaints anyway because it was a definite penalty. I'm big enough to say that it was a definite penalty. But now they've got to come back and reply, and Paul Pogba has just slid and fallen over the ball, and via a bad back heel by Pellegrini, Man United do get the ball back, but now Man United look a little bit shaky. And this is exactly what Roma would have wanted. I mean, especially after going 1-0 down, the instant reply, like you said, and now they can get on top of the game. And if they can nick another one, 2 away goals would be absolutely massive for the Italians.
Mm.
But you had a chance a minute ago, did you? You said who?
No, it was more the fact that Pepe got in behind on the left-hand side and Foyth slipped. So I thought, oh my God, it's Gerrard 2.0. But no, it wasn't. It was crossed into the box and it was immediately cleared. But to be fair, Arsenal, you asked, a couple of minutes ago, had they kind of grown back into the game? They have a little bit. They were moving it side to side in front of the Villarreal box. Nothing decisive to get a shot on goal, but moving it a lot quicker, moving it from side to side, trying to get that defensive kind of shape of Villarreal moving and maybe see some space. But nothing yet, but much better from Arsenal considering the horrid start of going 1-0 down.
Seems like we've got 2 decent games going on at the moment because it's, like you said, it seems to be very back and forth in your game. My game seems to be, I mean, Man United is still dominating, but Roma, there's always the threat on the counter, which is there with a lot of teams, I think, these days. Chris said, is that away goal? That away goal for Roma massive for them. It is a massive away goal for them. The only way the away goal is not massive is if they get beat by 3 or 4. But I think if they can keep to a 2-1 defeat or a 3-1 defeat, probably they're going into the second leg thinking, yeah, we've got at least a chance in the next round. 1-1 would be absolutely massive for them. It'd be fantastic. That means Man United have to go to Rome having to win. But I don't think this game's over and done with yet. I think there's more goals in this one. I'm sure we'll see some more action hopefully in the first half because we've had like we said, we've had some decent starts to the game. Nearly 20 minutes in. Daz says, who's playing better both games? I think Man United are definitely the better side in this game. You said Arsenal were on top.
Yeah, currently, I mean, there was a mistake there from Rob Holding, captain on the night. Yeah, but it was literally a long ball over the top, and he's done a Bill Shankly. It's gone behind him with the clearance, and Gerard Moreno uses experience, lets it go out for a throw-in in the attacking third by using his body. I'm excited to see Moreno tonight. It's my first chance to watch him this tournament, and he's been very impressive. But if you were to ask me, over the last 5 minutes, Arsenal have been the better side. But overall in the game, I think it's been very even.
Well, there's a chance for Roma now, and a ball through. It's a poor pass by Mkhitaryan, trying to find his central attacking midfield partner in Pellegrini. But that's a terrible touch at the back by, I think it was number 5. Who's that for Roma? Number 5, Ibanez. No, I don't know who that is, but who the fuck's number 5? There's no number 5 playing. It's a 3, Kieran, you fucking idiot. Ibanez, it was Ibanez.
Yeah.
I can't bloody tell numbers. Good fitting by Wan-Bissaka. This is a scrappy game. Wan-Bissaka on the right. The bet was giving handball against Ryan Wan-Bissaka as he tackled for the ball. I mean, the ref's loving a handball at the moment in this game. I mean, again, it's a handball. Yeah, it's a handball. Have we been practicing fucking netball or something in the last week or some shit?
Both Pogba and Wan-Bissaka in training doing some volleyball.
Yeah, they've been bloody practicing being in net, haven't they? Yeah, 20 minutes in, it's not the way that Man United probably would have wanted it. I mean, they're playing some nice stuff. They do find themselves level when they could easily be, I think, to the good. Having played a few more better passes in the final third.
Yeah.
Now they just need to get over this little spell where they're a little bit shaken and try and get back on top. Because the possession that we're having is obviously good, but that's a poor pass out by Maguire. Fred in quick, and I think Chris Smalling is doing a job of coming into midfield when he can. Paul Pogba does well to hold off his man and play a lovely ball to Rashford. Rashford takes a little bit of a heavy touch, of course. Rashford playing on the right, collects the ball. It's an awful pass back to Bruno Fernandes, and Mkhitaryan's going to collect the ball and seize the pressure and clear the ball away for Roma. I say clear it away. That's an awkward touch by Ibanez, and causes the pressure from Cavani and then ends up having to play out of play for a throw. And I mean, it was a poor bit of defending by Ibanez. And like you said, Roma kind of making their own mistakes, even though they're not crucial ones. I mean, like that, just putting the ball out for a throw when you could easily clear it up to a teammate. That sort of stuff, that is an awful pass by Harry Maguire. I mean, this is low quality style of football right now after such a good start.
Yeah, Roma, from what I grasped about them, especially in the second leg against Ajax, maybe it was because they were ahead, they do enjoy playing on the counter, but they also try and play out from the back. But if you put enough pressure on them, they make very easy mistakes, as Pedraza's drilled, crosses cleared by captain Rob Holding. But yeah, I think Roma, there is a mistake in them. And if you pressure them enough with the high press, unless they get a really good counter, you may cause errors.
Oh, that's a nasty one, that. I don't know what Ibanez is doing. He's never going to win the ball. Marcus Rashford's about to head the ball, and Ibanez just heads the back of Marcus Rashford's head. Like, jumps onto his back, and it's an awful challenge. I mean, he's not started the game well, Ibanez. And Manchester United got a dangerous free kick 25 yards out, a little bit wider the centre of the box. But it's a good chance for Fred's there. Get Fred on this, whipping it into the back at net. Kyle says, I kind of like Smalling's haircut, suits him. I think we've just grown to accept it now, him having the pineapple on his head. He's not even got that anymore. He's kind of got the dreadlocks at the back and a ponytail. It kind of does suit, I'm not going to lie. But United with a free kick now. It's Fred and Bruno over it. I think it's going to be Bruno Fernandes with the free kick. It is. He goes for the shot and it goes over the crossbar. It's a little bit of a disappointing attempt by Bruno Fernandes. When's the second leg, please, guys? The second leg's are next week. Same time. We'll be covering all the second legs on the channel. Exactly the same time as we went live today. 7:55. We'll be live for next week. The watch long advert will play at halftime, and we'll have a top three.
Earlier than when we went live today. Glide dependent.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the internet's not being stinky, we'll go live at the time we're supposed to go live at. But I mean, it's the most unreliable network service ever, pretty much.
It's not a great ball. It looked to be a great ball, but Ceballos tried to thread through on the counter attack from a corner. Tried to thread through Nicolas Pepe with a nice switch of play. But Geronimo Rulli, great position, was on the edge of his box, ready to rush out and clear the ball. And so far, I've got to admit, Villarreal are one of the most impressively set up teams in the tournament.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think I've said it every time I've watched them, and every single round that they've been covered. I said that they are so well set up because of I don't know what it is that Unai Emery does, but he's set them up so well. And I mean, it might just be the players that they have that have just got bags of experience, like your Danny Parejo and your Gerard Moreno, your Paco Alcacer. Marcus Rashford's into the area, plays the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who shoots, and it goes a little bit wider than the mark. It's a poor attempt by Fernandes, but lovely run by Rashford. But yeah, like I was saying, the players they've got have just got bags of experience that it'll just be drilled into them to pick up positions and little stuff like that in a game of football, especially against a youthful Arsenal side, will benefit Villarreal so much. Yeah,
I think the players have probably bought into what Emery wants them to do, and it's some lovely football, and it's just going to be overrun by Pedraza on the left-hand side, but some lovely interlinking football. And I do think the players have bought into what Emery wants them to do at Villarreal much more than he did at Arsenal. I never felt like he had a definitive style at Arsenal, but I feel that at Villarreal he's got the players, and I think the players have got the belief in him that have made them kind of a perfect match, really. I think maybe because he's been in Spain before, they know how, the Villarreal players know how successful Unai Emery can be because of his time with Sevilla. They probably believe in
what a save. Sorry. Great save by Pau Lopez in there. And Manchester United at the moment having another little spell of possession where they look like they're going to score. And Pau Lopez is actually down and he's holding his shoulder. Looks to be injured. Again, from Roma, I mean, it's becoming more and more apparent what you said about the little mistakes that they make. Another couple of mistakes in midfield, giving the ball away. Twice it was, in fact. Smalling give it away into the midfield to McTominay, who played a good pass to Fernandes. Unfortunately, his pass was a little bit behind Edison Cavani. And the ball got cleared upfield. Mkhitaryan trying to put Roma on a counter-attack, gives the ball straight to Wan-Bissaka. And it's recycled on the left-hand side. Paul Pogba cuts inside onto his right foot, takes the shot towards the left-hand side of the corner, and Pau Lopez makes a good diving save. Lands on his shoulder, and I think he might have hurt himself in doing so because he's down. I think he's going to have to receive treatment. We've got a stoppage in the game here. Surely not another injury for Roma.
Wouldn't surprise me, but in terms of backup goalkeepers, Morante, not the worst backup keeper in the world. He's an experienced Serie A player.
I genuinely think they're going to have to make another substitution here because Morante is stripped and ready to come on, literally on cue, as you said his name. He came up on the screen. So Paul Lopez, he's receiving treatment, but maybe they don't want to take any precautions. I don't really know how Roma are doing in the league, but Morante is getting ready to come on. He's getting his gloves sorted. And I'm just going to look at the Serie A table real quick, just so I can see where Roma are.
They've got to be like 8th or something. Like they're on that level.
They're 7th, so they're still battling for Europa. I say they're still battling for Europa League. They are 11 points behind. So this is their best chance of getting Europe next year. Maybe with the exception of finishing 6th, but they are 6 points behind Lazio. Because I think 6th gets the UEL conference place, the great league that's starting next year.
I can't wait. And yeah, you think I'm joking. I can genuinely not wait.
I mean, it's a good chance for the, like I think we said, didn't it? It was a good chance for those smaller teams to get to European nights. It seems like Everton as well will get European nights. Everyone will end up being in Europe soon. I mean, we've got over a third of our league in Europe. 7 teams out of the 20 in our league are in Europe. Maybe potentially more if you win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, it's kind of insane to be honest with you, but it's more I just think some of the teams that we rarely see, like they make it every couple of years. To see them more consistently be quite nice as some interlink per edge of boxes. A shout for handball. I think that's going to get completely ignored. But yeah, just be nice to see some teams you see sparingly be in there more consistently.
Yeah, and he has had to come off. Paul Lopez has come off and Morante has come on. So you get 5 subs in Europe. So luckily for Roma, these 2 subs, of course, leave them with the normal 3 that you're allowed.
What did I tell you? Genuinely, they just are the most unluckiest team in this whole tournament.
Luckily enough for them, both the players that have come off have walked off. So
yeah,
the injuries probably won't be long term. It's probably just precautionary that they don't want to, injure him long term, potentially have him out for the final or the next leg. Because Paul Lopez walked off the pitch with relative ease. He didn't look in any real distress, so he might be all right for the second leg. But Morante is going to have to come into the game quick because Manchester United were starting to really put pressure on Paul Lopez's goal. And every time they come forward, they look like they're going to score, to be honest. But, he's got to come into the game quickly and settle his defence down because at the moment, Ibanez and Smalling especially look a little bit shaky when they're passing the ball out from the back. But still 1-1. We're nearly 30 minutes in. It's flown by, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it has flown by. I've got to admit, since the goal in terms of, action is not... It's not been full of it in this game, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But, still some good football.
Yeah, it was a good ball to Roma by Roma on the right hand side. It was a really, really good little move down the centre to the right, and Karsdorp ended up getting the ball in. In acres of space on that right hand side. Tubby Shaw was absolutely nowhere to be seen. Put a good ball into the box, but Harry Maguire whacked it out for a throw in, which Roma do take now, and it's going to be Karsdorp. That's an awful throw in. It just cannons off his teammate and goes out of play for a throw-in. Will did say, though, Aaron Rodgers wants out Packers in the mud, apparently.
I saw apparently rumours today from Paul Allen, Will, that the San Francisco 49ers were in for Aaron Rodgers. Packers in the mud, you love to bloody see it. As long as he doesn't go, he's not going to go into division. But anyway, yeah, can't wait for the draft tonight, Will. Absolutely buzzing. I will be in the chat later. As Parejo stands over the corner, you call him a set-piece merchant. It's into the box and there's a header and it's in! Oh. You are correct. He is a set-piece merchant. And Raul Albiol, who scored not too long ago in a tie that Josh watched, has got his 2nd goal of the tournament. It's 2-0 to Unai Emery. It's turning into a very good evening for the manager. And it's a great worked corner. The ball whipped into the middle. It's terrible marking. Free as a bird. I can't see who it is, but he nods it to the back post where Raul Albiol's free as a bird and he just prods it home into an empty net. It's terrible marking. I'll just see who's up for the header. It's Moreno, nods it to the back post and Albiol volleys it in. It's 2-0 and nothing more than they deserve. It's been a brilliant half from Villarreal. They set up so well.
I mean, this comment probably just I
Yeah.
don't need to say anything. Banter FC, I mean, they're getting picked apart by Villarreal, and Unai Emery is showing exactly what Arsenal are missing at the moment. But again, I mean, the quality of Danny Parejo on the set pieces and stuff, I mean, second to none in that. I call him a set piece merchant because he is absolutely fantastic at them.
Yeah, and the quality of marking was abysmal. Legitimately. Like, honest to God. There's just Gerard Moreno's got a free header, and no one's tracked Albiol at the back post. He's been able to peel off and finish like a striker would be proud of at the back stick. And it's 2-0 to Unai Emery. Raul Albiol celebrating with the old punches. It's almost a knockout blow from the centre half. Unbelievable scenes.
Who would have thought Raul Albiol at the ripe age of I mean, he's got to be at the wrong end of 30 nearly. I think, is he 35?
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking 32. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that.
He's 35. I was right. He's 35. Wow. 35 years old. He's banging Ederson in Europa League semi-final against Arsenal.
No, not Edders. He volleyed it home. Thank you very much. He volleyed it home.
I'm thinking because surely he's only ever scoring Edders, Raul Albiol, but fair play. You love a volley from a centre half, don't you?
I know. It wasn't as good as Ibanez's. Ibanez's was stunning. But Albiol, more important arguably, is that it's 2-0 to Villarreal on the night, and Arsenal look absolutely shell-shocked.
The thing is, in your game, it's a very well-drilled side in Villarreal against a not very well-drilled side in Arsenal. And I mean, the quality at the moment showing massively, and the quality of coaching showing massively as well. Carl said, yes, Villarreal, Unai Emery will get his vengeance on Arsenal. Chris says, rest in peace, Arsenal. Everyone hates Arsenal. I mean, like, has it really been that bad for Arsenal?
I've got to admit, they've not had a chance. I don't think they've had a shot this game. There was one moment in the game they were moving it side to side very nicely, but it's Villarreal coming forward again, and it's Trigueros at the edge of the box. He rolls it to Moreno, and it comes off the wrong end of his left boot and out for a goal kick. But again, Villarreal causing problems. But yeah, Arsenal, when they've been going forward, it's all been in and around the edge of the area. They've had nothing of substance in the attacking end of the pitch. And
it's 2-1, Roma.
What?
He's onside. Edin Dzeko's onside. It is awful defending from Man United. And I mean, the English sides tonight, they're getting put to the sword by the foreign teams. It's awful defending again. I don't know if he's onside, Edin Dzeko. They're celebrating the goal anyway. It's a lovely move down the left-hand side with, I think it was Spinazzola finds himself in a lot of space. Just really well to just take his time, get to the edge of the area, plays a lovely pass to the edge. So I think it's Henrik Mkhitaryan. And then he plays a lovely inside pass to I think, it's Pellegrini, who is definitely onside when he receives the ball. And Pellegrini puts it on a plate, and Edin Dzeko, he's a mile onside. And 2 away goals for Roma, and they have the lead at Old Trafford, but it's more defensive downfall. And I said it earlier before we started the game. There would be a moment of absolute calamity in the Manchester United defence, and that is exactly that, because that is poor from both. I think it's Lindelof, and then Shaw and Maguire really should be marking Edin Dzeko tighter. He just goes in between both of them, and it's 2-1 Roma.
Penalty Arsenal. What in the world? There's a long ball, and I swear this comes off Pepe's hand. I'm convinced it drops onto Pepe's arm. Pepe then knocks it past Juan Foyth into the box, and the referee points to the spot. We're just going to look at it again. Xhaka with a long ball. It's a peach of a pass. That is so obviously hit Pepe's hand. That is so obvious. Is it? Oh yeah, it's gonna be turned over. Don't worry about it. I don't know how the ref hasn't seen that. It's clearly at his hand. I mean, it's a terrible tackle by Foyth. He just trips him up. But it's going to be pulled back before that for Pepe and handball.
I mean, no matter what in my game now, because I don't think Manchester United are going to win this game by 5 or 6. It's going to be a really good second leg tie. And Mkhitaryan's got a lot of space on the left-hand side now. He's offside. Every time Roma come forward, they look dangerous, though. And I mean, Man United, for all the possession that they've had, have not really done much with the ball. And every time Roma come forward, they seem to look dangerous. Will said, "Why does Dzeko not seem to age?" That's true. So sick of crap defending. Also true. Boo Dzeko. We're on course for another Spanish versus Italian final, which is, of course, what we got last year.
Can you believe it? It got disallowed because of an handball. Oh, no, he's going to the monitor. He's going to the monitor. You don't need to go to the monitor for this, man. It literally hits his... Like, it's so obvious. There we go. It's a free kick to Villarreal. And is it going to be a yellow card? Yellow card for Pepe? No, he's took the yellow card away from Juan Foyth. There you go. And it's going to be a free kick for Villarreal. Yeah, so obvious.
Don't say that, Sports Corner. Yeah, talking about the Italian-Spanish final. And then Jacob said, where was VAR when the hand of God and hand of fraud? I don't think technology was that advanced when the hand of God happened. And the hand of fraud, I think, is that Thierry Henry?
Yeah, why am I still convinced that VAR might not have overturned him? Why am I still convinced that there would have been some rubbish?
They still made him go to the monitor, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
We're entering the last 10 minutes of the half. I've got 9.5 left. And there's going to be another substitution for Roma, and I have no idea why Spinazzola is walking off the pitch. But Bruno Perez replaces him.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if this is tactical or not, or if he wants to just sit back and hold the 2-1 lead, but 3 substitutions in 37 minutes for Roma, 2 through injury. But Spinazzola didn't look happy as he came off. He didn't look injured because he made a beeline straight for the bench. And now the ref's telling Roma to hurry up and take the free kick. It's the 37th minute. Stop the time waste in the 37th minute of a first leg Europa League tie.
There's a free kick to Arsenal, and again, I'm convinced Pau Torres got the ball there, but he's been yellow carded, and it's a foul. I'm just having a mare tonight. I thought that was. I'll be honest. I thought that was a good tackle by Pau Torres, but wasn't Pau Torres linked to you? I know everyone gets linked to you.
Yeah, Pau Torres was linked to us quite heavily in the summer. Of course, he has. I think he's got like a €60 million release clause, which is a little bit too high for what I want to pay for a centre half, to be honest. I mean, it depends how much. Yeah, I do like Pau Torres. I watched him against Salzburg, and he played all right. Of course, he's quite a decent centre half on the ball as well, but I haven't seen enough of him to say that he's proper top class quality.
Yeah, but he's only young.
Yeah.
So he'll get better. So he's one of them, like, with the potential you said, if he's starting week in, week out for Villarreal, I always believe, as much as you can talk about, is he better than this person, if you're starting week in, week out for your Europa League team at the age he was, then he's going to be very good. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's a fair shout. Yeah, that was 35 years ago, Jacob, to be fair. I don't think the technology was that advanced. I feel like it's still not good enough now, so to have it back then would probably be an absolute calamity.
I think the weird thing is, though, about VAR at the time, really, it's like they wouldn't have even thought about it at that point.
No. Kyle says, I think if you're talking about Henry on ball, I think you're talking about please stop, otherwise I'll got a long and angry rant and won't stop. Worst football moment of my life, of course. Kyle being the fan of Ireland, who, of course, were the ones that were at the other end of that hand of fraud, as you just called it there.
But and it stopped them getting to. I think it was either the Euros or the World. I think it was World Cup actually. It stopped them getting to the World Cup, and I don't know if it was, but I feel like Paul McShane was involved that night. What an elite centre half he was. Still is. Plays for Rochdale. Still plays for Rochdale. Sorry.
Still is an elite centre half. I mean, Roma are committed quite a few fouls here. I mean, no yellow cards been shown as of yet, but they're getting the little niggly ones in, and the dangerous ones, sort of like the ones where you won't get yellow carded straight away, but if you do commit a couple of them, you're definitely going to go in book. That's a good ball over the top to Cavani though, but Mirante's not been tested since he's come on, and he's come out quick to collect that one. 5 minutes till half time. I didn't expect it to be 2-1 to Man United, 2-1 to Roma. Coming the 40th minute mark, especially after Man United started so well and got the goal in the 10th minute. And did you really expect Villarreal to be 2-0 up at this stage?
Do you know what? No, I expected it to be a really tight affair, and I thought it'd be close between the two teams. But Arsenal in front of goal, besides the penalty that was clearly a penalty but should clearly have been brought back, and it was, they haven't offered anything in front of goal. I remember one long shot by Thomas Partey, which went miles over the crossbar, so you had nothing to worry about. So besides that, just they've been extremely poor going forward and obviously defensively.
Yeah, Will said even if Ireland had won that game and qualified for the tournament, they would have had a mighty 0 points in the group stage. There's going to be some beef in this.
I know, we'll beef in Ireland fans.
Unfortunately, can't get a time machine and change that moment. Rashford driving into the area, finds Cavani. Oh, it's an awkward touch for Cavani, and it's cleared away. I mean, Fred, is he going to be able to, if he can keep this in? He's done really well. Unlucky. He slid about. He seemed to be sliding for about 5 years there, Fred, trying to keep that ball in, but at the moment, Man United look a little bit rattled, and it was another one of those fouls, and they're getting, you know, like get stuck into them, you know, like let them know you're there. They're letting them know that they're there right now because there's a few times Dzeko's fouled Wan-Bissaka down the right hand side, and he's not got the yellow card yet. I'm sure one more and he will be in the book because the referee has told him 3 or 4 times now. Like, you know, elite centre half and Paul McShane. Never thought I'd hear those words in the same sentence. Well. You've obviously you've not watched our channel long enough because there are some combinations.
You're welcome for hearing it for the first time. I can't believe you've gone this long without hearing them words together. You can't slag off Paul McShane, Hull City legend, scored on the final day when we got promoted. It was just, don't sell McShane, Super Paul McShane. Love this, lovely scenes. Great, what a great player! What a great player!
Yeah, I've got used to play for Reading as well. I think.
Yeah. Of course.
Who else did he used to play for? Didn't him and O'Shea used to be a back 2 for Reading?
Probably. Goes through 1-on-1. He's round Leno, but he slipped.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to cut you off there, but the ball was played through, and Moreno, who's been on great form in this tournament, rounded the keeper, but unfortunately, in rounding the keeper, lost his footing, and it was Juan Foyth again, with a beautiful defence splitting pass, which is 2 words you didn't expect to hear today. Foyth and defence splitting passes.
I mean, there's been a few words that people haven't expected to hear today, but do you know, Juan Foyth and defence splitting pass is probably one of the more okay ones. But yeah, you were apologising for cutting me off. I was talking about John O'Shea and Paul McShane. There's no, honestly, no dramas where you're cutting me off about that.
Sorry, I know. I just think that centre-half partnership deserved some of its own airtime, and to cut that off is very disappointing of myself. You know.
I know. How dare you? How dare you? We're almost out of time though. We're in the. Well, says Paul McShane could star as Obi-Wan Kenobi spit double.
God's sake, man.
Alexa said, did Arsenal have injuries or did Arteta choose to go with his team?
I mean, I'm looking at the bench of Arsenal, and obviously they've gone strikerless today. They do have Aubameyang on the bench. No Lacazette, of course.
He's
but there
injured.
Are some, yeah, he's the one that's injured. There are some people on the bench, though, like Martinelli, he's fit. Bellerin is fit. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to make the difference. I'm just saying people who are back from injury. I mean, you've still got Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, who scored the other weekend. This is the team he's gone with. There's a few big players on the bench. As Foyth comes forward again and he's tripped cynically by, I think it's Pablo Mari. And I'm not even joking. It's Danny Ceballos, I apologise. Juan Foyth is the star of this first half. Legitimately.
Oh, that's a nasty one by Harry Maguire. The referee's going to give that free kick to Roma. And I mean, I've got to see how much added time we get. I can't see there being much, maybe 2 minutes, maybe a minute. Other than that, both of the English sides are not having their best night so far. I mean, I thought Man United were going to cruise this game after the first one went in, but as we saw, yes, 5 minutes of added time.
I mean, to be fair, think about the injuries.
I know, but I feel like they didn't take that long, to be fair. But I mean, there has been 3 substitutes as well. I'll be sat here for another 5 minutes.
It's a dangerous free kick on the edge of the box, as Sky Bet would call it. And Paco
Oh.
Alcacer's over it, running up to it, over the wall, into the hands of Leno. I do remember Alcacer scoring a hat-trick for Dortmund in his final one in a comeback, being a free kick similar to that. But it went in, obviously, unlike that one, which was straight at the hands of Leno. I did get excited for a moment there. 1 minute added on. Well, that's not fair.
I mean, Will's put it perfectly. Arteta out if they lose. Surely Dyche deserves a chance. I think Dyche at Arsenal. Oh, it's two things that should go together. Get Dale Stephens in there as well. Honestly, beautiful stuff. Like I said, how have Roma played? Apparently, Spinazzola bossing it. I mean, he was bossing it until he got taken off for Bruno Perez about 15 minutes ago. But yeah, they've been playing well. Every time they come forward, they look dangerous. I mean, Man United have dominated possession, dominated the ball, and they also look dangerous when they're coming forward. But Roma have got that cutting edge in front of goal at the moment, and they've been clinical, whereas Manchester United haven't been. Here's Paul Pogba on the left-hand side to Bruno Fernandes, to Fred now. Does well to get past his man, and Fred to Rashford. Rashford on the edge of the box. I mean, he's pulling the tricks out. No real need to do that, mate. Here's Fernandes, back to Rashford. Still outside the area. Roma have got the players back now. McTominay now. And we're going backwards. Oh, lovely. I feel like Xhaka's in my team.
Whoa. And that concludes the half here. It is 2-0 to Villarreal, and they've deserved it. Arsenal have had absolutely nothing in front of goal. They haven't got a striker, and I think it's telling because they've barely troubled Geronimo Rulli in the goal. Goal from the corner from Albiol, which was volleyed home well. And also the opening the scoring by Manu Trigueros. And Juan Foyth is bringing the danger when driving from the back. It's interesting.
Carl says, how dare you, Will? Yeah, Republic of Ireland may not have done so well, but we have the greatest fans in the world who sing our hearts out in the fields of agony and have great hospitality.
But then we'll have... Oh, go on.
Jacob says, tell the Irish guy what you think of I think he's talking about McShane. Unfortunately, I don't have his contact details. Can't tell him.
No, I was going to say, and I'll be honest with you, I don't get my footballing opinions from HITC Sport neither. Be honest, mate, he'd tell me Xhaka's poo. He is, but it doesn't mean I can't like him. It doesn't mean I can't like him. He'll tell me Jahanbakhsh's poo. Doesn't mean I won't like him. I don't listen to the Irish guy, so unfortunately I won't tell him. And if he laughed at me, that's fine. I don't care. Politely.
And then Will said, I never question the fans, Carl said the team is bang average.
Yeah, I feel like there's beef. He'd laugh in our faces. Brilliant. I'm really not fussed.
To be fair, I mean, if he's going to give us the time of day, then, you know, it's probably better for us. Probably better for us than it is for him.
Yeah, give us the airtime. Go for it. Why not? No. I don't know if you can tell, Jacob. This isn't serious considering we laugh after every time we say it. We talked about McShane and O'Shea as the modern day Vidic and Ferdinand.
Well, they are. John O'Shea was, when he played for Man United in his prime, he was sick. I remember him he did a step over and put it through someone's legs, like a really good famous player. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, he did it to one of world famous players, and I was like, oh, that's the John O'Shea I love. Republic of Ireland's own John O'Shea.
You've had, to be fair, I think everyone's had some right bloody rubbish players in the past. Not rubbish, sorry, great players. You tell me, O'Shea and Wes Brown, that partnership. That was the partnership, O'Shea and Brown.
Darren Gibson and that's a poor pass from Ibanez. Cavani's in. Great save, Mirante still with Cavani. Shoots again, blocked by Smalling. And he probably chose the wrong choice to shoot again, Edinson Cavani. He had Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba inside the box. But as you said, and again, it's just reinforcing that factor of Roma make their own mistakes. They could have been going in 2-2 at half time. They still might because Rashford's got the ball. Tries to dig it between his legs and he's won a corner for Manchester United. But Ibanez, an awful pass along the back line, trying to find his fullback. Passed it straight to Cavani, takes a touch. Mirante was out quick, did really well. And then he's got Pogba in the box, Cavani, Bruno Fernandes on the edge, and he chooses to go again, which the shot gets blocked by Smalling. But with 5 seconds left of the first half, Luke Shaw's going to whip this ball in from the corner. Get bloody fat Maguire's head on this. It is whipped into the box towards Maguire, and it's headed over the bar by McTominay. It's going to be a goal kick, and probably it's going to be half-time, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think so. And really bad halves for the English teams.
Terrible, I'd say. To be fair, they're probably in. Well, Manchester United are in a far. I think a far worse position than Arsenal are at the minute. Arsenal, if they get a goal back, the tie's back on. Of course, Manchester United conceded 2 away goals and are behind in the tie. The game's actually not. Well, yeah, now it's half time. Roma have another man down injured just as it goes into half time. So hopefully, there's not a fourth substitution coming out at the start of the second half. Will says John O'Shea at DM bossing Arsenal. Now, he's referring to the game where Fergie played 7 defenders and played Raphael and Fabio as wingbacks. Wingbacks as wingers, and John O'Shea and I think it was Darren Gibson in midfield. But there's another one, Darren Gibson and Anderson getting us to the Champions League final in 2011.
I remember conceding to Darren Gibson.
Oh, that screamer.
Yeah, that time you beat us 1-0, I think, as well. You'd played all your kids on final day and we still couldn't beat you.
That was the day was it that the day you stayed up when Newcastle went down?
Yeah, that one was, because I remember there was also we loved playing you on final day. There was a season, I think it was either maybe the season after or the next time we came up, where we drew with you 0-0 on the final day, and that was the time where Jonas Gutierrez came back and scored and relegated us. But the day you beat us 1-0, I'm pretty sure we stayed up.
Yeah, because didn't Phil Brown start singing after?
Yes, maybe that was the game, yeah, because he started singing "This is the best trip." That was the season, I think it might be the season we're talking about, where we were like in the top 4 at Christmas because we beat Tottenham away, we'd beat Arsenal away.
Was that when Giovanni was absolutely smashing it?
Oh, Giovanni he's what made me fall in love with Hull. He was absolutely class, was Giovanni. But yeah, and he started singing "This is the best trip I've ever been on." It was what limbs.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, we played the children against you, and Darren Gibson with the screamer. He loved to scream. He did. Darren Gibson never scored a bad goal for Man United. But yeah, a midfield 2 of Anderson and Gibson getting us to Champions League final. I remember us spanking Schalke 4-1, and I think Anderson and Gibson got 2 each.
Oh my God!
Just a Republic of Ireland, just pump out decent players, don't they? John O'Shea, Darren Gibson, Roy Keane.
If you look in the chat, I don't think everyone in the chat agrees with you.
Oh, Jacob said Ireland only ever had 1 good player in Roy Keane. I disagree. I think that.
Robbie Brady. So come on, man! Don't you be disrespecting Robbie Brady.
Am I right? Am I right saying Damien Duff was Irish?
Yeah, I think so. And the problem is that you forget that the original title for Bend It Like Beckham were Bend It Like Brady. That's what it used to be when we were playing, because he was a beast, mate. I love this conversation.
I think, Seamus Coleman's a good player. I think Aidan McGeady used to be a good player. I mean, unfortunately, he's playing for...
Don't say that.
Now.
Oh my God. Sunderland fans all season. Best player in League One, McGeady. Best player in League... He's only been there half a season. He's best player in League One.
He's been in League One for like 5 years now.
Mate, there's always been arguments all season between Hull and Sunderland fans. Who's better, Honeyman or McGeady? Because that's when we wanted to see him face off. I don't know. I think McGeady... He's still good for League One, and that's not maybe probably like a...
Will says, I remember Skinhead Gibson on Sunderland's side. He definitely didn't want to be there, did he? Darren Gibson.
To be fair, same as Skinhead Rodwell. He clearly didn't want, but he just came in and said hello and left.
Didn't he reject leaving or something in one of the first episodes?
Because he'd make crap tons more money.
I mean, I used to like Jack Rodwell.
He moved. He moved from, was it Everton to City, killed his career basically because he never played and was injured quite a few times. And then from there, he just slowly made his way down the football pyramid. And every time he got a second chance, it just failed miserably.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just watching this advert.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just paused.
I was just really into the advert with the. Have you seen the gym advert where the guy in the wheelchair is doing the pull-ups? I don't know why. I was watching him do the pull-ups. I found it really inspiring.
And the guy's like, and someone comes up and he's jogging, it's like losing lockdown pounds. And yeah, I know exactly what advert you're on about. Like, I don't know if it's for like fucking gym. Sorry, language. Like Gym for All or First Fitness or something like that.
I think it's just for the gym group. I think that's what it was called. As you know, me and Kieran are absolute advert merchants. I mean, we love our adverts.
No. Oh, I thought you meant. I thought he was going to say gym. To be honest with you, when you was going.
Oh yeah, we're two absolute gym specimens here. Oh, hang on. There's a bloody list of Irish players in the chat here. Shea Given, Kilban, Dunn, O'Shea, Duff, Robbie Keane, Wes Houlihan,
Brady.
League Two Player of the Year, Wes Houlihan. Brady, John Giles. I mean, he's put Robbie Brady in there twice. He's put Brady in there 3 times. Jesus.
No. Liam Brady's one of them.
Oh, right. Right. Liam Brady, Paul McGrath, Mark Lawrence, Niall Quinn, Robbie Brady again, Seamus Coleman, just to name a few, missing a few. I mean, Kyle's just...
I know Sunderland fans love Niall Quinn. They do love Niall Quinn. Kevin Kilban, what a beast. I love Kevin Kilban. He's brilliant. Another, if I'm not mistaken, former Hull City legend.
Yep.
I'm just double checking, but I'm confident.
Yeah, he used to play for Hull, didn't he? Didn't he play in the team alongside Jimmy Bullard as well?
He was when we were in the Prem.
Yeah.
What year? Here we go. 2009 to 2012. There you go.
Yeah, who was there when Bullard was there?
Oh, just absolute beast. Yeah, I don't think you've only had one great player. I disagree with that, Kyle. I think every nation's at least had 1 or 2 good players.
Yeah.
I mean, even Armenia's got Mkhitaryan. Like, they've got some good players.
Yeah. Wilson, is the advert better than Nugs on Rugs? Is it better than Nugs on Rugs?
I mean, we have an advert better than Nugs on Rugs, don't we, KD? Play the advert. Play the advert.
I was about to, but you've ruined it now by telling me to play it. But anyway, what's coming up on the Sports Corner YouTube channel in the next couple of days, seeing as Kieran's ruined the nice little change we're going to do. But coming up, we've got tonight the NFL Draft Day 1. Will, 12:50. I know he's in the chat. Make sure you're there if you're an NFL fan. He's buzzing for this one tonight. And then the A-League, the Friday morning A-League. I mean, the Friday afternoon A-League with a look at the time. 12:35 p.m. Rowan's back for Perth Glory versus MacArthur Bulls. And then Josh is live on Sunday with the Old Firm, Rangers versus Celtic from 11:55. Make sure you're there for that one. And then later on the night on Sunday, League One returns with Monaco versus Lyon, another title clash, important game there, 7:55 with Kieran and Josh. And then on the 5th of May, the darts is back for Premier League Darts Night 10 with Josh. Make sure you're there for that one as well. So yeah, that's what's coming up on the Sports Corner channel in the next couple of days. I know everyone's loving the darts, so that'll be returning in about a week's time. But we've got 2 games currently in the balance for the first legs. The second half's coming up probably in about 5 or so minutes. From what you've watched, Kieran, what do you think Arsenal need to change in the second half?
I think bring on a striker. I think that's, for me, the first thing you do, because they've offered absolutely nothing going forward overall. I'm not sure Xhaka at left back's working. I know, shock horror. If I could choose the best player, I think Saka and Pepe have created some nice width. So I think get a man in the box for them and bring on a striker. But besides that, we'll have to see. I definitely think Aubameyang needs to be introduced sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, for Man United, I think just put the ball in the fucking net, to be honest.
That's a simple thing. Yeah, if you want it, what should Arsenal do? Score. Hey, there you go. Okay,
I'm watching the Dzeko goal back. He's very fortunate, because he goes to strike it with his standing foot. It kind of ricochets off his standing foot and hits his other foot as he's kind of stumbling, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. It's awful defending, nevertheless, from all parties involved. It was McTominay who gets nutmegged by Mkhitaryan, and then the ball back across from Pellegrini, and Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw are just sleeping. I mean, a little bit like they have been for the majority of the first half of the season. But it's a very poor result for Manchester United, and they're on the verge of making it. They've always got to make it harder for themselves, no matter what. And this is another circumstance where after going 1-0 up, they should have probably had a period of possession where they just kept the ball and tried to extend the lead, but instead they're 2-1 down, and with a mountain to climb. And I mean, if I'm making substitutions or changes, I think Marcus Rashford's not working on the right-hand side. Put him back to the left, put Pogba back into the midfield, take one of McTominay and Fred off, and then bring Greenwood on, because Greenwood's on a good run of form. We need goals. Get Greenwood on. Something needs to change, of course. We can't play like that in the second half. Or if we are going to play like that, there needs to be a little bit more cutting edge in front of goal. Will says, I remember owning Kevin Kilban man of the match card in Match Attacks.
Yep. I remember having a lot of Hull cards back in the day. I remember having Say Olifanjana. I think on the cards it was like 2.5 stars. Absolutely disrespectful to the man. I remember having... Oh, go on.
My favourite Match Attacks, I used to collect them all like every single year. What was it like? I used to go to my dad's on weekends and stuff, and he'd just buy me loads of packs because I used to see him. So he was like, "Oh, I'll just buy you so and so many packs for when I come. So when you come on the weekend." So I was like, "Oh, fairs." I remember. I think I completed 2 of the collections, or I got there with like a couple of cards I didn't have. They were great, weren't they? They were just great to collect. I found them so fun. Yeah,
Match Attacks were great. You never played the game. I never played like Team v Team. It were rubbish, that.
Well,
Sorry, Villarreal are going to be the team to make a change. And so far tonight, we've loved a few familiar faces. One that will be extremely familiar. Etienne Capoue is on for... Oh, not Etienne Capoue. Francis Coquelin is alongside Etienne Capoue. Or has he been subbed on for Etienne Capoue? I think he's been subbed on for Etienne Capoue.
I mean, a very familiar face.
Paco Alcacer's gone off. So they've took off a striker, and it will be Francis Coquelin, a very familiar face to Arsenal fans. As Jacob wants you to look at the last thing you put in the chat.
About the players that you've met, Lukaku, Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce is not a player; he's a manager. Unless you met him when he was a player. Yeah, unless you met him when he was a player. I know he used to play. He used to be a very good centre half. Seamus Coleman, Jap Stam, Frank Lampard, Mason Mount, Harvey Barnes, Dwight Gale. Quite a list.
Right.
Go on.
Have you ever met some football? I've met a few football. I've got a list that can rival
it. I've met Jamie Carragher and Vincent Kompany.
There you go.
Alioski, Calvin Phillips. Trying to think of Ander Herrera. I've seen Ander Herrera. Fellaini. That's it.
Oh yes.
That's it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you was gonna to be fair, Fellaini's the right name. I mean, I met Sadio Mane in a Harvey Nichols, but I never went up to him and asked him for anything because it was on his day off and I felt rude. I don't want to be that guy when he was shoe shopping with his wife, right? And I'll be honest, he probably didn't want to be there because he wants to go shoe shopping. But we were in Harvey Nichols and I saw him and I thought, you know what? I'll leave it there. And no, it's not a competition, Jacob. It was just a bit of banter.
Yeah, it's just who we've met, really. There's no real.
I've met Paul McShane, and I'm not even joking. I've genuinely met Paul McShane, and I've got his autograph. I met Curtis Davis, Tom Huddleston, Jake Livermore, Ahmed El Mohammadi, Steve Bruce, Ricky Hatton, not a footballer, but he was there anyway. So I met him as well. I remember going to when I was a kid. I know it's got nothing to do with football. I went to this Hollyoaks charity match, so I met all the cast of Hollyoaks.
Oh right. Oh, look at KL's on fire right now. Will did say favourite match attack card was the 101 attack and defence. Torres was buzzing when I packed that. I bet little skinhead Vidal cut Will Pete was buzzing when he got that. Then he left to go Chelsea and little Bill Wheat was bawling his eyes out.
Oh, for God's sake. Jesus, man.
Oh, look,
no, but do let us know who you've met.
He's met a few old players as well. Look, Curtis Davis, Tom Huddleston and Jake Livermore are in there.
Love that, Jacob. Love that, mate.
I think the second half should be getting underway soon, so we'll be back to the actual football in a couple of minutes.
Mine's kicked off, mate. Mine's kicked off. I'm still talking. I just want to talk about when I went Ricky Whittle, who played thingy in Hollyoaks. Good times. But no, Arsenal have started well. They've got a corner and it'll be Odegaard standing over it. No changes for Arteta's side. The referee's going to give some words for some argy-bargy between Etienne Capoue and Rob Holding, captain tonight. But good list, Jacob. Very good list, mate. As Odegaard drills it in towards the back post, and it's going to be cleared by Danny Parejo. I was talking to Josh the other day. For some reason, it still feels like he should play for Valencia. It don't feel right that he's at a different club.
Yeah, of course, Valencia had a little bit of financial trouble, didn't they? And they had to sell a couple of their players, including likes of Rodrigo and Parejo and Coquelin. But yeah, I think they found their home at Villarreal. He looks to have settled in easily and quite well into that Villarreal side. And set piece merchant. I mean, when you're a player with that much experience, you can go anywhere and be good. And I think he's just continued his class. And I think he's only 32 or 33 as well, so he's going to play for another couple of years at least. Yeah,
with the role he plays, I think he could play it for a lot longer than he is right now.
Will says that saw Calvin Phillips in M&S. He was fuming. We had no Raspberry Royales left. Well, I met Calvin Phillips outside the shop because I used to live next to Ellen Road. This was about probably a year ago. I met him outside the shop when I came out. He was going in, so I said hi to him. And then about 5 minutes later, I went into Subway and I heard him outside the shop arguing with shop owner. Don't know what he was arguing with him about, but he was arguing with shop owner about something. But
see,
weird interactions.
My mum's probably met more than me because of her job. I remember just seeing if this cross comes in because you know what, there is football happening. I know you can't tell, but because she basically Drake had an after party at the Manchester Arena, and bloody Pogba turned up, but she has no idea who these people are. And she goes, there was some guy there, right? And I think he's called Pogba. And I was like, yeah, mum, he's called Pogba. So she's met Pogba. Don't care. You know what she did meet? I think she met Triple H, I think.
Oh, the game.
Yeah. She met the game. And I think because she goes to like the WWE events. And she's also met Dana White of the of UFC fame. Every time she comes home, she goes, lovely man. Yeah, mum, all right. Yeah, I'm sure. He said hello to me in corridor. Right, great. It wasn't a meeting, was it? Said hello.
Lovely, man. But my game's finally kicked off for the second half. 2-1 to Roma. We're a minute into the second half. Of course, I didn't want to cut Kieran off and tell you that the second half had started. He had more important stuff to talk to you about, like his mum meeting Triple H the game and Dana White.
I've got more important things. You see, when I'm at home, right, I've lost it now and I can't find it. But my mum did get one of Pixie Lott's guitar picks, and I don't know where it's gone. I'm fuming. That was me clear. That was my retirement money, KD, in that pick. I don't know where it's gone.
Too early to be thinking about retiring.
No, but you know when it's worth so much money that you can retire? I don't think there's a market for Pixie Lott picks. No, it wasn't Pixie Lott, it was Taylor Swift. What am I doing?
Taylor Swift's. There probably is a pool for Taylor Swift picks, Kieran, but not the picks that you're thinking about. Not the guitar picks. Oh, wow.
I'm talking about guitar picks, mate.
Yeah, there's probably move
it.
No, it was an awful pass by what's his face, Ibanez, who started the second half just as he started the first half. But Roma coming forward with Dzeko, and here is Karsdorp, a pass to Mkhitaryan, and Mkhitaryan's onside, space on the right hand side, pulls the ball across. Wan-Bissaka's lost it. McTominay. It's come to Pellegrini at the back stick is Diawara. And Roma having a nice little spell of possession early in the second half.
And I will say this half has started rather slowly. We are 6 minutes in, though. I know you've just kicked off, but we're 6 minutes in.
I know, look at that. Bloody hell. It's Pogba trying to play the ball to Cavani in a lot of spaces. There's a 3-on-2 for Manchester United. Fernandes keeps the ball, drives it to Edison Cavani. Oh, beautiful goal. It's 2-2. A lovely finish. It's 2-2. It's Edison Cavani and United. Perfect start for the second half. Get the ball, come back. It's 2-2 at Old Trafford. And I mean, what a goal that is. It's lovely play. Just as Roma were having a nice little spell of possession, it breaks to the edge of the area. Fred flicks it over his own head. Pogba makes the run. They're going to check this for offside against Cavani when he receives the ball first. Plays the ball back to Bruno Fernandes. Cavani makes a little run inside. Fernandes with a little dink pass about 5 or so yards into the box. It bounces once and Cavani hits it on the side foot just inside the box and it flies into the top right-hand corner. And Manchester United are level at Old Trafford. What a goal. What a goal.
And what a game.
Yeah, what a game. I mean, if I was a neutral, I'd be absolutely buzzing, and I am buzzing because it's Man United, but we have conceded 2 away goals. I can't hit that on the head. But we're level, kick on in this half, win the tie. That's the most important thing now. And
tell you what, Rooley's given the ball away terribly, and it is felt to Odegaard. Nothing will come of it. I'm sorry, it was a really terrible pass. I thought it was going to be through on net. But do continue.
Now the first yellow card of the game's finally come out after all the fouls that Roma have made in the first half. It's a foul by Villar, who came on for Veretout in the first half on Paul Pogba, who's in a lot of discomfort. He's slapping the floor, Paul Pogba, at the moment. He's really feeling the effects of that one. And it was a sliding one. He did catch him with a follow-through on the knee with his studs. Kind of just bounced himself off the ground, Villar. And to be fair to him, he got the ball first, but the follow-through took Pogba out. Free kick United on the halfway line. And it's exactly the start of the second half that Manchester United would have wanted. An early goal to get back in the tie and now build on this. They've got to win the tie. A 2-2 is not good enough. You've got to have some sort of advantage going to Italy next week. And for Arsenal, of course, they need the goals as well.
Yeah, they definitely do. And if they could come out of here having a good second half performance and getting an away goal, it might not be the worst result for them. But so far, they've not had a very good game. And they've been a little bit better to start the second half. You can definitely see there's an attacking impetus from the London side. But still not managed to break down this Villarreal door. But Smith Road as well, he's in between 2. And it's well shepherded out by Chukwueze doing his defensive duties.
Man United coming forward again. It's Wan-Bissaka. Thinks about the pass forward, but checks back to Lindelof. Here's Marcus Rashford now. He's always trying to make stuff happen. He tries an audacious ball over the top. Paul Pogba's onto it. Morante is out quick and gathers the ball. I think Pogba might have been offside, but it was going to be a yellow card for Paul Pogba. I think he caught Morante on the way past. He's pleading his innocence. I don't really know what happened. I'm going to watch it again. The ball comes over. Morante gets it, and Pogba kind of tries to push him a little bit and catches him on the shoulder, and Morante goes down holding his head. So, it's a yellow card. It's a silly yellow card to get. It's probably not a yellow card challenge either because, he just taps him on the shoulder as he's trying to get the ball.
But I'll tell you what, Arsenal put... Oh, go on, sorry.
I was just going to say 2 yellow cards in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. I was going to say, Geronimo Rulli, when he's been put under pressure tonight in this second half especially, another one where he's put under pressure and he can't find a pass, so he just lofts it into the midfield and it's picked up by an Arsenal man. Needs to be wary when he's doing that because one time Arsenal will pick off the pass and probably score from the counter-attack because it will be on the edge of his box. So a bit like Paul Lopez, where I said if you pressure him, he's going to cause some mistakes. Rulli has had a nervy start with the ball at his feet. And again, he's trying to thread the needle and it's very close by the Argentinian. But they've done very well to break away from this break away and come on this counter-attack.
There's Rashford on the right-hand side for United, bringing it away from a few bodies. Mkhitaryan makes a really good challenge, though, to stop Marcus Rashford advancing. And concedes the throw-in, but it's a small consolation for what Marcus Rashford could have eventually gone and done there. Good tackle by Mkhitaryan, doing his defensive duties. And, sounds like these two ties are set up very nicely for the second leg at the moment. Yeah,
I think Arsenal will be hoping that this...
Ow.
Second leg doesn't end, but they'll be hoping Arsenal that it ends sooner rather than later. Ceballos is off. It's a second yellow for Dani Ceballos, and he's off the pitch. Parejo makes the sliding challenge, and I think Danny Parejo's gone to kick the ball, and he's kicked Danny Parejo, not intentionally, but Dani Ceballos, second yellow, and he's off.
Well, literally, just as you were happening, just as you were talking about, Manchester United have a glorious chance to take the lead. I say have. They had a glorious chance to take the lead, and it was Cavani, the man you probably would want it to fall to. Luke Shaw, lovely run down the left-hand side, gets found by one of the midfielders and pulls the ball back. Edinson Cavani has just all the goal to aim at, and he skies it over the crossbar. A massive chance, but 2 massive moments in these games.
So basically... Dani Ceballos has controlled the ball. He miscontrols it. Then Parejo slides in, and as he's going to get a touch on the ball, Parejo's obviously slid in. He stands on Parejo's ankle, and it's a second yellow for Dani Ceballos, and he's off. And in the melee, Partey's been yellow carded as well. Referee has judged 2 yellows for Dani Ceballos, and Arsenal down to 10. It goes from bad to worse for the Gunners.
I mean, like you said, it is literally just misery compiler on Arsenal. Of course, the old Spencer Owen word that he used to use. It's when it rains, it pours, and it is absolutely pissing it down on Arsenal right now in Spain. And fair play to Villarreal for taking full advantage of it, and it's only going to be easier now for them.
Yep, and I don't know if they were checking it with VAR. I don't think you can change a yellow card, so I'm not sure if you can change double yellows. I don't think so.
I don't think you can. Yeah,
Ceballos is still arguing his case with the 4th official down on the touchline, but no, it's going to stand. And Villarreal now, if you're Villarreal, you've got to make this pay because you may not have a better chance to knock goals past Arsenal than with 10 men. Arsenal, I think, will be grateful to get out of here 2-0 with the situation that they've been handed tonight. 30 minutes to play. I think Villarreal will be looking for a couple more to maybe kill this tie off, barring a miracle by Arsenal in the second leg.
It could definitely be like that, as you just said. I mean, like you said, if Villarreal get one more, I think even one goal for Villarreal probably does kill the tie off going to the second leg because all they'll need is a single goal. And we've already talked about how well set up they are in every aspect of the defensive part of their game, and they're going to clean for clean sheet tonight. Probably, if they keep a clean sheet in at the Emirates next week, and they'll walk into the Europa League final with relative ease.
Yeah, and Emile Smith-Rowe went down under the challenge of Raul Albiol, and it's not been given as a foul by the ref. And as you can probably tell, Arsenal fans are growing more and more infuriated with this referee. We'll see how this game continues because there is still half an hour left and a long time if Arsenal are to batten down the hat-tricks and defend a 2-0 loss, if they can do that.
That's the thing, though, for Arsenal now. It's damage limitations. Don't get fucking destroyed. Make sure there's something in the second half to at least play for. Because, I mean, a 2-0 lead, you can come back from that one in one game. But I think 3 or 4 is a very tough one to come back from. Manchester United have got a massive chance now. Cavani, Fernandes, lovely footing by Chris Smalling, but Fred receives the ball and finds Pogba inside the box on left-hand side to McTominay, back across. Oh, Cavani's missed the ball. Still not cleared though. Wan-Bissaka back to Fernandes into the area. Dinks one in. McTominay again heads it wide.
It's Coughlin. Chukwueze shoots at Leno. Saved by Leno. Cleared by Arsenal. First big chance for Villarreal since the sending off. And both games are just kind of sparking into life at this current moment, as it's going to be a foul for Arsenal. But yeah, big chance for Chukwueze. Unfortunately, straight at Leno.
A massive chance for Man United. They have to score soon. They're piling the pressure on, and it's a really important. I said Edinson Cavani missed the ball. It's a very important touch by Ibanez back there as McTominay pulls the ball across and gets a little flick on the ball, which takes it out of Edinson Cavani's stride. He would have easily had a tap in the back post, but Roma lived to fight another day and still level in this game. Manchester United, the pressure's piling on, and Wan-Bissaka now bringing it down the right-hand side. I mean, he's got nobody with him. He's going to have to keep going on his own. He's done really well there. And his touch lets him down and he gives the ball away. But, I mean, Roma are reeling at the moment. The mistakes are getting much more... I mean, they're happening every 2 or 3 moves at the moment. And Manchester United are not taking full advantage of them at the moment.
No, mistake by Villarreal at the back. It's a nothing long ball over the top by Leno from the goal kick. Miscommunication between Pedraza and Rulli and head it behind for a corner. And I tell you what, if Arsenal are going to have any chance, it might be from set pieces. Because, obviously, when they're trying to attack, Gabriel Martinelli coming on, with 10 men, if you've got the set pieces, it's probably easier to break Villarreal down. Odegaard off, Martinelli on. There's the first change by Arteta. Interesting to see who might go up top in inverted commas, because I'm not sure if they've been playing a false 9 tonight.
Well, it's a positive change for Arsenal because, of course, Martinelli is a very good player. He likes to take people on. Maybe they've not had that sort of aspect on the pitch. Maybe playing a little bit more direct might be a little bit better for them.
Yeah, it might be. It might be, but if you're playing direct, I know he might be able to test them a little bit more in behind than any of the other players of the front three. If they're going to go direct and play it as if he's going to hold up the ball, then I don't think they've got the right man on the pitch. But we'll see if they can score from this set piece. It's taken a while to get the ball whipped in. And it'll be, I'm not sure who's standing over the corner because obviously Odegaard's off. It's Saka.
Yeah, and speaking of set pieces, it's going to be a corner for Roma as well from the right-hand side. It's going to be Pellegrini to take this one.
And I'll tell you what, the corner was whipped in, and Geronimo Rulli was not convincing. He had both hands to it, but he just flapped it and flapped it out clear. Didn't get any height or distance on it, right to the edge of the box. Smith Rowe lashed it at goal, and it's just
it's a beautiful pass. Pellegrini's in, he tries to square it, and Lindelof gets a vital touch. He's still not cleared, though. Dzeko to Chris Smalling, making a late run into the box. And as you can tell, he smashes the ball over the top of the crossbar. But again, Roma had a massive chance there. The players stayed up from the set piece, and Karsdorp kind of goes into midfield. Nobody picks him up and finds Pellegrini. He goes for the pass. I think he probably should have gone for the shot. And Lindelof gets an important touch on it to divert it away just from Edin Dzeko. But Kyle said, poor Arsenal, maybe the Europa Conference League might be more your level. And then Jacob said, Arsenal won't even be in the Conference League, which they won't be unless they finish, I think, in the top 7, which is very unlikely this year.
Yeah, the season that is very forgettable for Arsenal fans, or probably memorable for all the wrong reasons of how bad it has been. But they've got 25 minutes, and to see if they can rescue something from this tie, and what has been a dismal night in Spain, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, Kieran.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a long ball tried to play for Mkhitaryan, and McTominay slides and just about gets the ball. It wasn't a convincing tackle by any sense of the imagination. It could have easily been a free kick, but Ian's in the chat. He said, hi, I don't know your names. Now, this is going to be a shocker for you, Ian, because we're both called Kieren. I'm Kieren D. He's Kieran L. So just use that for how you're going to tell us apart. But Manchester United do have another chance down left-hand side with Luke Shaw. And it's been pulled back for the free kick, and I'm not really sure why. The advantage was on for Manchester United. The referee pulls it back, gives a yellow card to someone. Chris Smalling gets the yellow card. Speaking of terrible teams, here's a Chelsea fan.
Moreno! It's a massive chance for Villarreal, and it was Moreno again through the middle. He's had a few chances tonight, and this one is saved by Leno. It was a nice driving run through the midfield, and I think it was given in to Gerard Moreno. A no-look pass, the cheek on it, as it goes through to Gerard Moreno, who hits it straight at Leno. It's a great reactionary save from the goalkeeper, though.
Oh, Mkhitaryan's got the wrong side of Lindelof here. Tries to pull the ball into the box. Going to be a corner. And Jacobs, speaking of terrible teams, as a Chelsea fan, I mean, Chelsea are probably one of the most on-form sides in England at the moment, so I don't think anybody can really disrespect them. Ian said, hi, Kieran. Hello. However, that's how you spell your name. That's how you spell my name. I'm going to say hello back. He's technically directed at me. Rude. But here's another corner. It's another corner for Roma from the exact same side as the previous corner gets delivered. It's going to be Pellegrini to deliver it in. It's a better delivery this time to the back stick. Maguire gets his head on it and heads it away. And Karsdorp tried to let it run out of play, and Fred just about kept it. It's actually been given as a throw in to Roma. Karsdorp to take the throw in as well. Jacob has brought up the 5-2 loss to West Brom. We've all had a bad result. We lost 6-1 earlier in the season. Yeah, what to bloody Tottenham? Yeah, we lost 3-1 to Crystal Palace. I know we're second in the league, but I think Chelsea are in a really good position at the moment. Yeah, and Kyle's done a very helpful job. KD's up there. Kyle down here. Thank you very much, Kyle. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. That's probably a better way of explaining it, other than my absolutely awful poor choice of words that I use to explain everything. But with 27 minutes left, you've probably got bloody... Oh, what a pass that is by Paul Pogba to Cavani. Rashford's in the middle free, but Cavani, he took a little bit of time to get to the ball. Here's Luke Shaw outside the area. Takes it past one man. It takes it past Villa. Still on the ball on the left, Luke Shaw now. finds Pogba just in a little bit of space. Gets it to Fernandes. Fernandes out of his feet, pokes it to Wan-Bissaka, who shoots across the goal, and it's a tap-in for Edinson Cavani, and Manchester United have turned it around, and it's 3-2. And it's Edinson Cavani, exactly where you'd have wanted him, poaching, and I'm going to say, Kieran, it's a poor bit of goalkeeping by Morante there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, sorry, Gerard Moreno's through. He's on the right-hand side. He jinks it onto his left, shoots at Leno, save. But I will say, Juan Foyth has pulled up. I think he's going to get subbed off, but do continue.
And like I said, Luke Shaw on the left-hand side. Paul Pogba receives it on the edge of the area. Between three players, finds the pass to Fernandes somehow. Fernandes on the stretch. Wan-Bissaka's being played onside by Chris Smalling. And Wan-Bissaka takes the shot. It's a very tame effort. And Morante probably should do a little bit better with it. He should do better with a parry as well, because he parries it straight into the danger area. And a player like Edinson Cavani, you know exactly where he's going to be. Picks up the position so well. And it's a tap-in on the line. And Manchester United do have the lead again. And it's Edinson Cavani with his second goal of the night. Just about with 25 or so minutes left to go. Build on this now. Make it convincing. Got to do that now because they're on top again. The goals have come. They've flown. And now make it 4 or 5. Yeah,
Juan Foyth is going to be replaced in this one. He was trying to make an overlapping run. He pulled up at about the halfway line and he just looked so, not even like in pain, more angry that he's had, like the fact that he's got another injury that's going to set him back a couple of weeks. And the replacement is coming on now. I can't see who it is just yet. It is Mario Gaspar, the right back, coming on for Juan Foyth. The more out-and-out right back, you would say, than Foyth.
Roma are coming again down the left-hand side with Bruno Perez, who dinks one to the box, Maguire away, and Fernandes to Fred, and United have got a counter-attack on here. Here's Cavani again, and Paul Pogba's making the run down the middle if he wants to choose him, but he'll play a lackadaisical pass into midfield, looking for Fred, but it's a poor pass by Cavani, and then Mkhitaryan on the left-hand side, and it's a little bit back and forth at this moment in time. Mkhitaryan, the ball dinks one in, a lovely ball, Dzeko gets his head to it, and De Gea is equal to it. But again, the threat's there for Roma. This game, I think, is far from over with 25 plus minutes left.
Yeah, we've only got 20 minutes here left in this one, and it's Arsenal that are on the ball. Granit Xhaka on the left, but he's got to go backwards because, as we say, though, he's got 10 men. They're going to find it even more difficult to get shots on target, but it's Pepe on the edge of the box, drills a nice switch to Saka, overlapped by Chambers, into the box, cleared off the line by Etienne Capoue. Or is it Albiol? Sorry, Albiol. My apologies.
I think I'm trying to think of who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will probably end up bringing on in this game. And honestly, I think Greenwood will probably come on in the next 10 minutes. And then other than that,
penalty. Saka went over. The referee took his time, but he's pointed to the spot. It took him a while to make the decision, but after about 10 seconds, he's finally pointed to the spot. Let's see what it's for. Saka's on the edge of the box. He drills in. Yeah, it's a trip by Manu Trigueros. It's a definite penalty. I don't know if we'll have to see if Saka puts his leg into Trigueros'. I'm just trying to get a closer look. Looks like he gets tripped to me, and it's a penalty to Arsenal. Trigueros, to be fair, he's trying to get out the way. He's got his arms up. He's trying to get out of the way, but he does trip Bukayo Saka. And that took an age, or it felt like an age, by the referee. And what a lifeline for Arsenal with 10 men. Could get their second penalty of the game, and they do. VAR has said it's a penalty. Nick Pepe, you've called him a Europa League merchant before, stands over the penalty. Nick Pepe stands over it. It's going to be that awkward silence, Kenny. So I'll let you know when he's taking the run up.
Well, I'd love to talk about something in my game. I am going to talk about something in my game. Luke Shaw's coming forward. Into the box, shoots. Good save, Morante.
Well, perfectly timed because Nick Pepe is still standing over it. And the referee is just going to talk to Rulli to make this prolonged even more than it was the first time. This time, genuinely, was a penalty. The first time, obviously, handball by Pepe ruled it out. This time, Pepe has the chance to score. Referee blows his whistle, ball's on the spot, rolls it down the middle, 2-1. Arsenal back in it. They have an away goal, and the 10 men are fighting from behind, but they have the goal.
And how important could that be for Arsenal as well? Like you said, we talk about the damage limitations. Now it's they've got the away goal, which is massive.
Yeah, and it's come from Bukayo Saka, the man who's probably been their standout player this season. And it was close to Rooney saving it with his legs. Rooney dived to his right. Pepe went down the middle. Maybe got a left toenail to it, but it's not saved.
And Manchester United just had another chance to seal this game. A lovely crossfield pass from Luke Shaw to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford takes a little bit of a dodgy touch and plays the ball into the box for Edinson Cavani. He tries a little back heel swivel on the ball and he gets absolutely nowhere near it. Goes down and something's happened and I'm not quite sure what has that. Has the ref given a penalty?
Oh.
Well, the Roma players are around the keeper. They are absolutely furious. I'm going to see it again. Rashford puts it into the box. And I think they have given a penalty against Chris Smalling. Yeah, to Man United. I think it is a penalty.
Wow.
Oh, that... I have no idea if... I watched it without audio. But yeah, it's a penalty check.
Is VAR checking it?
It is a VAR penalty check. And I'm not going to lie, it is a very soft one.
No. We'll see if they overturn it.
I feel the ball's gone already. When Chris Smalling fouls Cavani in the box. As I said, when he did the back heel swivel thing, he kind of got took out by Chris Smalling. It's a very... I'll have to show you after the game. But yeah. Bruno Fernandes has got the ball. The referee's still checking check over. It is a penalty. And Bruno Fernandes... A penalty in your game to a penalty in my game. And now we've got that awkward silence, Kieran, between the taking of the kick and the scoring or saving of a penalty kick.
And unfortunately, in my game, we've got the ball out for a throw-in, so I can't even fill it with anything because the ball's at the sideline with absolutely nothing going for it. But I tell you what, if you're United, 2 away goals, if you can get the 2-goal advantage, it is massive.
And he does put it into the top left-hand corner. Bruno Fernandes makes it 4-2 to Manchester United, and what a massive goal that could have been. As I was saying at half-time, and as you just said there, build on the comeback, and then go on, kill the tie. Like you said, the 2 away goals is massive for Roma, but it will mean that they'll need to score at least 2 in the next round and stop Manchester United scoring. But it's a really good penalty by Bruno Fernandes, high into the top left-hand corner of the net. Morante goes the wrong way, and I'll always back him from the spot no matter what. Yeah. Ice cold. And he's come up big again today. He's been absolutely fantastic so far. And what a game of football I'm watching. Well, entertainment-wise anyway. I've had 6 goals, and I think there's still 20 minutes left.
I'll be honest, I don't think there's been a bad tie tonight. I know yours is definitely the better one, I will say, but this game has not lacked drama, and I don't think any tie has lacked drama. And this is what you want from European semi-finals, where everything's on the line for these teams. Yeah, and I think it's such a big night for all 4 clubs involved. I think, especially for Arsenal and Man United, of course. I mean, Arsenal need a sort of save your season kind of trophy win to help them. Man United, of course. That is a terrible tackle from Etienne Capoue, and he's took out Bukayo Saka. He's gone down injured as Etienne Capoue. I'm not sure if that's to try and save him from the impending yellow card. You know, where they go down as if they've been hurt in the challenge as well. Yeah, he's going to get a yellow no matter what, Etienne Capoue. But Saka's down and Capoue are down in a collision in the midfield. It'll be yellow card Capoue and free kick Arsenal, who, I'll be honest, have looked better with 10 men than they did with 11.
Call me the bloody oracle, by the way, because who's only getting stripped and ready to come on? It's Mason Greenwood. Yeah. I said this about 7 minutes ago that he'll come on in the next 10 minutes. He is stripped and ready to come on. And now I'm going to try and try and predict the other substitutes that are going to come on. I reckon Van der Beek will come on with about 3 minutes to go. Who else is on the bench? Is Dan James on the bench? I'm sure he'll get on soon. Maybe Mata. Apart from that, I think with 18 minutes left, I think it'll probably be who's on the pitch stays on the pitch. But Kyle said he thought it was a penalty. Now, I'll have to show you after the game, Kieran, the penalty. But
yeah, I'll make a decision after the game.
I feel like the ball's already gone, but Man United are coming forward again. And Cavani to McTominay outside the box. Here's Paul Pogba to Fernandes to Cavani, who's in the box. Cavani shoots. Good blocking there by I think it was Villar back there for his team. But Manchester United at the moment absolutely rampant.
Etienne Capoue still down, and I don't know if he is a contact injury or if it was a muscle injury. The landing looked a bit dodgy, so maybe we might have to be forced into a change there. I thought he was trying to get one over out ref, but no, it seems like he's injured.
Well, that's going to be a corner to Manchester United, I think it is. And with 15 minutes left, Roma, I mean, it might. We're talking about damage limitations for Arsenal. It might be damage limitations for them.
And I tell you what, it's not very good scenes, as Etienne Capoue is going to need a stretcher.
Oh, not very good scenes at all.
Good scenes at all. He does seem in quite. I'm looking at the landing. I'm trying to figure out what's happened. He immediately grabs his hamstring. I'm not sure if it's maybe a tear, because it must be just from the landing, because it can't have been from the tackle. So this is why when the immediate tackle went in, he's made
the sorry. What a header that is. Paul Pogba, it's 5-2.
5-2,
oh wow. To Manchester United. And from the corner, it gets played to Bruno Fernandes on the edge. An inch perfect cross, in swinging into the box. Paul Pogba plants his head on it. It's 5-2. We were talking about the damage limitations, and that is a massive goal in this tie. And Roma are massively in the mud with 15 minutes left to go. Manchester United are running riot at Old Trafford at the moment. But sorry, we'll go straight back to talking about Etienne Capoue.
No, he's just getting put on the stretcher now. Yeah, doesn't look good. He's not moved in terms of he's just been rolling around in pain. Has he been sent off? Etienne Capoue now has a second yellow card and he's been sent off. That was his second yellow.
Yeah.
I think. So Etienne Capoue's off. It's 10v10.
I'm trying to bloody figure out a way to put this on the thing. I'm just going to put both teams down to 10. There we go. Lovely.
Right. Okay. Moreno's off for Pedraza. No. Yeah. Moreno's off for Pedraza. No, he's not. Pedraza's off. Pedraza's off for Alberto Moreno.
Right.
Then, apparently, according to BT, Manu Trigueros is coming on. He's been on the whole game, BT. What do you mean? Trigueros is coming off for Moy Gomez. Bloody hell. BT.
I would have said, didn't Trigueros score the first goal?
Yeah, and he's just gone Trigueros off for Gomez. On for Gomez. I was like, no, it's not. Anyway, it's 10v10. Capoue has been stretched off, but also sent off. Oh my God.
Strange.
BT subbing on players that are already on.
Do you think the ref will just sick a Capoue time wasting and just give him second yellow on stretcher?
It can't have been that. And the thing is, because we watch it without audio, I don't remember his first yellow card. I remember Ceballos. I just don't remember being his first yellow card.
Oh, it's a ball into the box headed away by Maguire. And Manchester United might have another counter-attack on here. And I tell you, Roma are massively in them. But every time Manchester United come forward, they are caught at the back again. It's a 4-on-4 here. Bruno Fernandes in acres of space. Puts his head up. He's got Fred and Cavani making a run. Pulls the ball. Fantastic too. Cavani! Oh, he tried the bloody overhead kick here and he kicked it into the ground. Oh, that would have been a fabulous goal if that had gone in. But like I said, every time United come forward, it's fantastic stuff. And Edinson Cavani is absolutely unplayable at the moment. He would have been offside if he'd have scored the goal, which would have been unfortunate. But Manchester United at the moment, absolutely rampant. And like I said, Roma are massively in the mud right now.
Yeah, and they've the wheels have come off for Roma in this second half. I feel United have been very impressive. But, I mean, to be fair, speaking of I feel the wheels have fallen off in this game. I've got, genuinely.
I've had the goals, you've had the drama.
Yeah, but Chukwueze's in on the right-hand side. Mari's going to come over to meet him. He's going to do a very professional job, is Pablo Mari there. And then it's Xhaka, who's been dispossessed. It's Chukwueze. Rolls it to the edge of the box, and Smith Rowe does very well. But now the counter is on through Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and Nick Pepe. It's a dramatic night. It really has been a dramatic night. And Pepe's done amazingly well to not keep that in. It's going to be a free throw-in.
I think in terms of dual watch-alongs that we've done, this has got to be up there with one of the most entertaining we've ever done, because there's been so many goals, there's been so much action. 2 red cards in your game for some guy getting stretchered off. We've had everything tonight, and I've still got another 12 minutes of it left. I imagine you've got about 7 or so.
Yep, I've got about 7 minutes now, and also I'm thinking I'll probably have the 5 minutes you had in the first half because of the Capoue thingy. So we may end this game equal to each other. Be interesting to see how this one plays out with 10v10. I still can't get over the fact that Mano Trigueros got subbed on, even though he scored the opening goal.
BT obviously going to sack that person after, but Man United got the ball in the box with Greenwood, puts it to the edge of the box for Fred, who shoots. Oh, and honestly, if he scores, my walls will be already whiter than they are now. But he drags his shot very far wide, and do you know what? Why not have a dig when we're 5-2 up?
Well, Chukwueze's through on the right. He's squaring up Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka does brilliantly to stick a foot in. Honestly, I'm not sure I've seen a better left-back performance. He nutmegs a man and gives it to Nick Pepe. Oh, stop it, Xhaka. You'll be unbelievable.
Nicely.
Chukwueze's on the right. He drills it into midfield. Moreno goes for a touch. He does really well to shield the ball, actually. Back to Chukwueze. And it's a great pass into the box. And it's going to be shielded by Xhaka. Honestly, fantastic.
It's Bruno Perez on the left-hand side for Roma. Dinks one into the box. It's taking a deflection off Wan-Bissaka, headed away by Maguire. And Roma are really committing men forward. Mkhitaryan takes a shot, which goes wide. They're committing a lot of men forward when they go forward. And this is probably why they're getting caught out in the midfield a lot, because all Man United have to do is play one ball to bypass that press, and there's a lot of space in behind running at that back three that has looked... It's looked... I mean, to call it vulnerable would probably be nice. But Nemanja Matic is getting ready to come on, and I mean, it's time to shut up shop for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer right now. Equal
stature. On comes Aubameyang. Probably got the same amount of goals this year as each other. But no, in all seriousness, Aubameyang is on for Bukayo Saka, and this is a guy who I think in the latter couple minutes could score the equaliser for Arsenal. I think he's a dangerous player. He hasn't had his greatest season, but his pace late in the game and his finishing could cause problems for Villarreal. And by the way, just had a double check. It's a terrible clearance. Sorry, Leno's there. Etienne Capoue got booked in the 68th and then got booked in the 80th. He did not get booked for wasting time. Just to clarify. Unfortunately not.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I can't remember when Matic scored his last... I think it might have been an FA Cup against Huddersfield or Brighton or something. I think we won 2-0 and I think Matic scored the header. Apart from that, I mean, he doesn't really get that many opportunities to shoot. So
yeah, and doesn't get many minutes either. But
no, but I think we're past the days of, no offense to Nemanja Matic. He can't play 90 minutes all the time now. I think we're past the days of playing Nemanja Matic in our first team.
No, I remember the first year he came, he was very good. The first year.
He was really good towards the latter end of last season as well. Manchester United come forward, Wan-Bissaka right hand side of the penalty area. Thinks about crossing the ball. He's got 3 men in front of him though, but he chooses to go back to Mason Greenwood outside the area. McTominay picking up that position on the edge of the box as well. Greenwood up against Villar. Going to go back to McTominay. And United now, if you can keep it at 5-2, I mean, they've lost the ball, but it's a foul.
Well,
foul
I tell you what,
Pellegrini.
Not sure how long's left in your game, but 3.5 minutes, and I feel I'm expecting a nervy ending. And I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal got the equaliser. It's Xhaka. I didn't specify through Xhaka, unfortunately, but I think with Aubameyang coming on, there is an attacking threat now for Arsenal, and it's a lovely switch by the Swiss man to a man who was offside, unfortunately. So it's going to be a free kick,
and it's going to be Fred who is taken off for Nemanja Matic, and he's done really well tonight. Fred, I think he's done well in doing what exactly Fred does, winning the ball back, transitioning it from defence to attack. And he's done that job perfectly. Nemanja Matic brought on for a little bit of stability in there. Solskjaer and Fred just having a little chat. And Fernandes over the free kick, dinks it into the box, far towards Pogba. It's headed away by Ibanez, and I think it's going to have to play for a corner on the other side. And I tell you, I know Ibanez scored the goal in the last round, but he has been absolutely abysmal tonight. He is the mistakes that he's made, he looks a little bit. I mean, he looks a little bit like a yard off the pace to everybody else. To be fair, I mean the back three for Rome. I mean, maybe take Cristante out of there. He's not really done much wrong, but Chris Smalling's been a little bit poor as well. But it's going to be another corner for United.
To be fair, I said Roma were poor defensively. I feel if you get pressure on them, they do cause their own mistakes. And Chukwueze is on the right hand side. But anything from the corner?
No, it was in towards McTominay, and I mean, I wish he scored, but he ended up fouling bloody Bruno Perez as he actually touched his arm on the way through. So it's been given his handball and a free kick to Roma with about 6 minutes plus added time left. So I'd imagine probably about 9 minutes. I can't imagine there being more than 3 or so minutes added time. So we should probably end up finishing at the same time.
Yeah, and I tell you what, in this game specifically, I've got to admit, Villarreal, we thought, could they make the man extra pay? They've conceded and got a man sent off. It was the complete opposite of what they would have wanted, to have a man advantage. And it'd be completely wiped out and concede as Xhaka goes for an audacious switch of play. But of course it comes off as the ball is played back to Bernd Leno with a minute and a half to go before we get the added time.
Still got 5 minutes till we get the added time. But Man United had another little half chance there. It brought to Pogba, a little back heel from Cavani. And Fernandes at that 22 yards out, leaning back as he hit it, and he skies it over the crossbar. But I mean, United could definitely be about 7 or 8-2 up if they'd have taken half the chances that they've had tonight. I mean, it still could happen. We know how they love to leave it late to score goals in the Premier League. I think they've scored the most. And now for Roma, I think someone might be injured. I think Diawara might be injured. He's holding his groin. And he's in some sort of discomfort, but he's playing on the trooper that he is. But they just cut to him on the camera, and he was feeling his leg and then his groin a little bit. I mean, he might have just been readjusting, but he looked in some sort of discomfort. But another injury surely can't be on the cards for Roma.
No, I wouldn't put it past him if I'm being 100% honest. As Parejo was taken out from a slip from Aubameyang. And Aubameyang has been yellow carded immediately as he's come on the pitch. I think it was more of a slip than anything else. But we are 5 seconds away from the added time. It's got to be at least 5.
Oh, Fernandes dinks it over the top for Cavani. Then Cavani, lovely pass to Mason Greenwood, who is 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Mason Greenwood, Ibanez is back with him. Greenwood shoots and Greenwood scores. It's 6-2 to Manchester United. And it is trademark Mason Greenwood. In that, I've seen 8 goals tonight, Kieran. I feel a little bit spoiled. I'm not going to lie. But what a pass from Edinson Cavani, and Ibanez again on his ass. It's 6-2. He gets a hand to it, but it's too strong for him.
It's 5 minutes added on. I will tell you, and an insane game where you've got to think tie over. You've got to think.
I mean, they'll need to beat us 4 by 4 in Italy. So I mean, it's gone from being very, very. I mean, we're in a dangerous position, weren't we? At 2-1 down, it was looking very tough for the second leg. But now, second half, they've come out Manchester United, a different team. We saw Man City do it yesterday. It's a very similar position tonight. Excellent finish by Mason Greenwood. It's trademark Greenwood, and it's exactly what United would have wanted. It's 6-2, and I think even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows it's tie over. He was giving it the fist bump. He was going absolutely mental for that goal. And I think he knows how big that goal could be. But still 3 minutes left. Could be more goals on the horizon. I mean, I hope so.
You never know.
But like you said, it's Roma defensively very poor. Very, very poor.
They are.
And Ibanez especially has been awful tonight.
They were good on the counter. They were good on the counter against Ajax, but Ajax arguably should have had more goals over the 2 legs. I think they missed a penalty as well. So yeah, definitely poor defensively, and Man United tonight just picking them off because unfortunately I think Roma have come up against one of the best teams left in the competition, if not the best.
Unless a mighty F up in the second leg, I can safely say United in the final 6 goals can either be it. Me and you both, when was the last time we scored 6? Southampton, when we beat them 9-0. But in Europe, it's been a long time since we've absolutely whacked someone. I mean, we beat Roma 7-1 about 14 or so years ago in the second leg tie in the Champions League. It's 6-2 in the first leg.
No, sorry. I thought there was going to be there was appeals for a penalty. I think it would have been unfair on Xhaka. He went crab position and he just hit his arm, but I don't think it's going to be a penalty. I doubt it anyway. I don't think he could move anywhere unless he doesn't want him to. I don't know.
Oh, what a pass by Matic to Fernandes. Takes the touch. Pass one, pass two. Tries to play the ball through to Pogba and Chris Smalling's there. It could be more than 6. I'm not going to lie. There's still a minute and a half left plus added time, and Manchester United, every time they come forward, they look like they're going to score. If it's going to be a substitution, though, get Van der Beek on. Get someone on. If Fernandes is coming off, so I think Van der Beek might actually be coming on here. Watch it be Matter. Watch it. I bet you it cuts to Matter in a minute, Kieran.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
But we're just seeing the Fernandes goal. Of course, he's been absolutely fantastic tonight. Again, I mean, people say he can't do it in a big game. This is the biggest game of our season by a country mile, and he does fantastic well. And I was fucking right. It was Juan Mata. Juan Mata's come on. The fucking El Margo's on. I mean, if Josh is watching game, he's probably going mental. But El Margo is onto the pitch.
Oh, Aubameyang! He's rolled his man across the keeper. Good save, Rooley. I'm sorry to cut you off. I know El Margo's important, but I tell you what, it was a beautiful drilled pass into Aubameyang by Thomas Partey. And Aubameyang rolled his man really well. I think Pau Torres just lost the track of the ball. And Rooley stayed up straight and made a good save with his right knee and palm as Alberto Moreno was sliding in there. But a corner to Arsenal. Williams getting ready.
Pele's coming on.
There we go.
I mean, it seems like Arsenal have had a pretty decent second half, to be fair.
Yeah, they've been so much better than they were in the first half. And not just Willian. It is a pair of Afro substitutes, and on comes El Neni. Oh. David Luiz. Oh, David Luiz is getting warm. Could we make a trio of Afro? No.
We've got 2 minutes of added time. 2 minutes of added time. I didn't think there would be much.
We've got a minute left, so not quite even, sadly.
Oh, well, I'm sure it won't be long after because 6-2 though and 2-1. We've had some decent games here tonight.
Yeah, Willian is over to take the corner. It's his first introduction. What an introduction for Pele if he gets this in properly. It's whipped in to the centre of the box, met by the head of Callum Chambers, and it's taken out a cardboard fan in the back.
Oh no, not a cardboard fan.
Yeah, some poor 5-year-old who might have paid €10 for that has lost his head tonight. I mean, so Callum Chambers just disrespects the fans there.
That'll be a headline in paper tomorrow.
Yeah, if they say it like I said it, the man who pays €10 for seat loses head.
Chambers disrespects local working man.
Yeah, as they were 30 seconds over time. Surely ref's going to blow up whistle soon. Might add some extra time on. No. Whistles in the lips. 2-1. And it looked horrendous for Arsenal. But they've come out with a 2-1 defeat. They do have an away goal to take back to the Emirates. Both sides ending the game with 10 men. Probably a fair result on the night. I think, unfortunately, Arsenal only turned up in the second half. But it's 2-1. And this tie, I've got to admit, unfortunately, Katie, you've had all the goals tonight. But mine is brewed very nicely for the second leg, I've got to admit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's not brewed nicely for the second leg. I'm glad it's over at first leg. As a Manchester United fan, as a neutral, you probably wanted Manchester United to score a few less. But with 4 seconds left, Man United do have it in Roma's half again, and they are in the final third. And that's it. It's game over. It's ended at 6-2. A very, very... I mean, it seems like a very unorthodox score, and I feel like you don't get many 6-2s in football these days. But what a fantastic game of football to watch, and very entertaining. 8 goals. I mean, I feel like every 10 minutes there was a goal flying in. But Manchester United got the job done after a very shaky first half. Of course, they took the lead, and then Roma turned it around, and then the goals from Cavani in the second half because a complete turnaround for United, and then Pogba, and then Fernandes. Who scored the other goal? I can't remember. Greenwood.
Yeah, Greenwood.
Greenwood scored the other goal. And Manchester United, from what looked like a very shaky night, in fact, made it very comfortable for themselves in the end. And 6-2 is probably a little bit fortunate for Roma because it could be much, much more. But United, on the night, get the job done. It's a fantastic performance from the Reds. And should be in the Europa League final comfortably now.
Yeah.
But that's it, Kieran, for me and you tonight. And I'm a little bit I'm a little bit sad because that was really fun.
Yeah, brilliant night of action. I didn't have 8 goals, but I raised you 2 red cards. So it's been a great night overall of Europa League action. Make sure to join us next week when we do the same old. I feel like KD's going to be feeling a little bit, probably it's just been a nice, easy night for you next week. But hopefully.
If we're 2-0 down after the first half.
Oh, he'll be, what's that, awkward turtle, shaky palm tree, a bit nervous. As that is it from us.
It is, but you talked about what was coming up next week. We might as well just have a look at what's coming up, Kieran, because bang, tonight, NFL draft day 1 live, 12:50 a.m. That is 10 to 1 in the morning with Will. Make sure you're there for that. And then tomorrow, A-League returns with Perth Glory versus MacArthur Bulls. Of course, that's going to be with Rowan at 12:35 in the afternoon tomorrow. And then on Sunday, it's the first of 2 live watch-alongs on the channel, Rangers versus Celtic, the Old Firm derby, live with Josh from 11:55 a.m. And then later on in the day, it's another monstrous clash in Ligue 1 as AS Monaco take on Lyon, 7:55. That's with Josh and Kale, your resident Ligue 1 merchants. And then the darts returns on Monday with Josh, 7:05 p.m. Premier League Darts Night 10. Make sure you're there. But as of tonight, guys, that is it from me and Kieran. Thank you very much for sitting and watching and listening to us talk about Paul McShane and John O'Shea for about 20 minutes at half-time. Thank you very much for listening to our voices.
And the Castavolio sprinkled in. Don't you dare forget.
It's been a jam-packed night full of action and everything seems to have happened at once. But thank you very much for sitting there and sitting through it. Make sure you are back for the watch-along tomorrow with Rowan. Make sure you're there for Will tonight if you are an NFL fan, if you want to stay up that late. But yeah, that's it from us, guys. See you later, and thank you very much again. Make sure you're there tomorrow.